December 24th, 2023. It is the Christmas Eve Spooktacular. Why? Because Eric's here. Boo.
Mm.
And Kathy. Kathy. Merry Christmas Eve. How are you? Good. Wasn't a trick question. Good is an acceptable answer. We'll take that one. We'll take that one. Eric, are you also good?
I am well. Thank you for asking. How was your day going?
It's going okay. I managed to had to do some stuff around the house. Carla, as usual, Carlos Senior's off in the distance, and I did mention to them if for some reason you want more horror, there is a Patriots game up here. So if you want to angle and squint your eyes at things, it's not quite Andy's. Andy, we're used to watching the TV in the distance for him in the background, so it is there, but it's a little angle. The NFL, the Shield is very picky about this. We can't make it too visible.
The live counter is blocking the cornerback, so
I know exactly. It's terrible. Mr. Harlan, how are you?
Good. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Brad. Merry Christmas.
Same to you, and same to everyone else.
Perfect. And Mr. Burrell, last but certainly not least, in the Garage of Knowledge, Merry Christmas Eve to you. How are you?
Very well. Well fed today and tomorrow.
Now this is actually not the normal. Because I'm Carlos Mugg. This is the travel variant. This is the Carlos Senior edition. He has loaned it to me for the evening so that I can keep traditions and keep up appearances. This is the second version.
I thought you had one of those Pelican briefs for one of those. So
I have one more. There is a number 3. There is a number 3 also available, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with that one. But Carlos Senior has one, and I have another, and the third one is currently in storage under careful guard.
I only made 2 mugs. And Eric got one, and I got one, in lieu of, the app. Not
in lieu of the app, exactly.
This is what I get. So if I want to look up a card,
right there, look inside.
Go to the mug, and I look in it, and this is it. That's my app.
If you stare at the mug long enough, it will give you the answers you seek. You just have to
like
stare
the
at it.
Ball, but it's called the Needham mug. Same thing.
Yeah, that's as close as I get.
This easy. Piece of cake. No problem. Let me read a couple of comments here and get started. So, Card Carter Garrett actually got this. This was 3:19 p.m. So this was a very early comment early in the day. Merry Christmas from Texas, Carlos. I don't think I'll be able to swing by your life. Perfectly fine. Merry Christmas to you as well, and thank you for dropping off a comment. Hockey Cardboard said, Merry Christopher, Massachusetts, you filthy animals. Bottoms up. Good stuff. Thank you, Hockey Cardboard. Hockey 99 has a request. Request denied. Josh Packham says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes, that includes Eric. In the spirit of the season. How wonderful.
Shut up, Josh.
They're Christmas trees in Texas.
I think they're just normal trees, and you just put some Christmas stuff on them. It's like, it looks like a spruce to me. Good enough.
Yeah,
work. Sure. Zach says, first Christmas Eve live stream. Usually home by myself, getting ready for tomorrow. Excited to hang out with you all this year. That's what it's here for. I joked with Hockey 99 was complaining about it in his usual kind of way. But I also got a lot of comments that people do enjoy it. This is actually the third year in a row that we've done the Christmas Eve live stream. It's fun for me because, like I said, I'm here anyway. During this part, I would literally just be watching this game anyway. So it's one of those things like live streaming is perfectly fine. It's easy for me.
Did you go over for dinner?
Yeah. We had dinner first and then just put up the laptop and good to go.
What was your dinner? The Christmas Eve dinner.
The Christmas Eve dinner? It was basically chicken and rice, and my dad put a couple of things in the rice, basically, like coconut and a couple of things that he infuses with the rice into it.
Nice.
That's basically what it was.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's he's done it. It's kind of his traditional thing. He'll do that a lot of times with the rice to add it, and then it'll be chicken or it'll be a steak or something else that'll put it with it. And that's how you'll combo it.
It's always nice, Kathy, Eric.
That's important. Bobby judges your dinner choices.
We didn't do anything special. We had some leftover rotisserie chicken. Tomorrow is our big meal.
Rotisserie chicken that you bought where?
I don't know. Where did we get this one?
Market
Nest.
Nice. Very good. Very good.
And Brad.
We'll eat well tomorrow.
Yes. What did you have, Brad?
Oh, I made chowder, seafood chowder.
Wow. How was it opening the can? Okay.
This is
thumb, did you?
You know what? No, but I do have Band-Aids on my thumbs, but that's not from that. That is pretty ironic. No, it's my grandmother's recipe. I make it, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a year.
But you get great access to seafood.
Yeah, and then I deliver it
That's
all to. I got 13 portions, so I take it to. I got 13 different people I'll deliver to tomorrow. So.
Oh, perfect. As gifts. I like that.
Yeah.
I do that too. I do make soup for family, and I like that better than gifts. I like when people do stuff in the hearts. You know, just make me cookies and I'm happy.
Have you thought about making soup for a variety of different people that we know inside our ecosphere, and then when we get to Eric, you literally just pull out the no soup for you?
Yeah, we could do the soup Nazi thing. Sure.
I'm just saying, like it seems like an obvious, logical next step.
Well,
It would be a mayonnaise-based soup, though.
A
but-
mayonnaise. Yeah.
If it was a mayonnaise soup, we'd have to give it to him. He'd be the only one who would get it.
It'd be the same. It's the same thing as the app. No app for you. No soup for you. Yeah.
But you
Real
got a mug.
funny.
You got a mug. You did get a mug
That's true. You did get a mug. That's right.
and a hat, and then even isn't even wearing it. Like,
Terrible.
either mug or hat. It's
I
never
am
both at the
wearing
same
the
time. I
hat
don't
that
think they both
Marcel
exist.
gave me. I thought it was more Christmassy looking. But I got
Yes.
Marcel gave this to me as a thank you for a wonderful time that we had in Toronto.
I just think it's inappropriate. Do you think it's wrong that you scratched out the inscription that was like "Leave me alone for the last time" in French? Do you feel like that was something you should have left on? The inscription is part of the thing, Eric.
I didn't think it was necessary to be on there, so I got rid of it.
Interesting.
Besides,
I don't know
was
how
just
he turned it
joking.
into best wishes, but anyway.
He was just joking.
Of course,
Trust me.
yeah.
He's just joking. Trust me.
Yeah. Justin here. Good evening. Merry Christmas to you. Philly Joe. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope your holidays are awesome. Thank you, Philly Joe. Let's see. Hall of Fame Brooks. We want the big jolly guy. Eric, not Santa. Well, you get Eric. We got Kathy and Brad. That's right. It's a holiday episode, man. It's a holiday episode. We got to bring in all the big hitters. Jeff McMahon says, hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Carlson Senior's house, banned by Senior's rule, no doubt, and he will enforce them very slowly. Eventually. Hope Santa brings Eric cash to spend in the eBay store, but nonetheless, Merry Christmas all. I like the self-serving nature of that message.
Yeah,
That's well done by you.
we know that. Listen, we know that he hasn't been around in a while. Probably been in prison. That's all I can figure, right? Because that's where he belongs. Is in prison. I will say this again. I've said it 1,000 times. Do not spend money at Hockey Barn Collectibles on eBay. Okay, boycott. Do not spend.
Wow.
Okay, I have reported him to eBay. I have asked them to take down his store. I'm waiting for some feedback from them. Hopefully, it's going to happen soon.
Well, if for some reason, and I can't even imagine why, you decide to listen to Eric, why you would do that again, I don't know. But if you decided to do that and you decided to boycott, then that would leave you some money that you could spend in AMG Collectibles.
Yes.
See a beautiful holiday-related segue? In the spirit of the season, in the spirit of giving, now, coming up this upcoming week is the Boxing Week sale. And you will know more about that if you listened on the AMG Collectibles YouTube channel, where we talked about the different dates. So obviously right now we're in the holiday break, but then coming up shortly will be the Boxing Week sale. And Brad will be personally there, along taking care of PSA submissions with PSA Canada, and they will be there to tell you, please, for the love of all that is holy, buy this AEW. Otherwise, we're going to just send it to Carlos. That might be the pitch. That I'm not promising that's not what they're going to say, but there's at least a 50% chance that's what they're going to say.
The other
Just saying.
50-50 chance would be by CFL.
That could be. Yeah. Brad might personally hawk that to you himself. Just take it, please. Just take it.
And again, I just want to say that now that AMG is under new ownership, I fully support the store. I suggest that everyone go there for their sporting hobby needs. I wouldn't have said that a couple of months ago, but now they're heading in the right direction. They're under, a great general, and I support everything about AMG Collectibles, and I hope people go there and spend their money.
How apropos would that video be right now?
He's such a brown noser.
It's incredible. It's sensational.
He just seen Sherry in the chat. Instantly, he just goes.
Oh no, 100%. Like I'm getting to Sherry's comment. I wanted to make sure I got through a couple of these here. It's like I'm hoping hockey cardboard at least 200 or 300 times tonight. Like we can do better. Matt says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, Stuke. Merry Christmas as well. And Sherry, of course. Merry Christmas to you.
I didn't want Sherry's in the chat. I had no
I
idea.
know. Shocking. Who knew? It's crazy.
Look at that.
All the luminaries. Tom Bullard says, Happy holidays to all my fellow cardboard collectors, enthusiasts, and connoisseurs. And Eric. That's right.
And Eric.
See how
Merry
I-
Christmas to all. Good evening, Orlando. Merry Christmas.
There was no and Kathy. It was and Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, Kathy's included in everyone. Eric is a special case.
Oh,
Everyone.
don't I know it?
And Eric.
This isn't going to work out well.
No.
Mhm. You're getting that extra level of interactivity. We do appreciate it.
Yes. We
Mhm.
can't include Mrs. Kathy, Eric's son Wade, in those conversations.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about what I'm known
Eric's
for.
mother, sorry, not
Yeah.
son.
She's I think she's more popular on this channel than me for sure.
Literally everyone is.
Yeah.
Now, the big question is for Kathy here. Do you like mayonnaise?
No.
Oh, it runs in the family. I knew it. Okay.
I mean, I'll eat it. Now,
Oh.
people
Oh,
eat it, but it's not.
You
I'm
never
not-
made a chicken salad and egg salad sandwich for him as growing up as a kid?
I would eat chicken salad. I eat chicken salad, potato salad, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he never.
But I'm not somebody who would put like mayonnaise on a sandwich and
On a
stuff.
BLT or anything? No.
And if I do go for something like that, I usually use Miracle Whip rather than mayonnaise.
Good choice. Good choice. That little bit of malt goes a long way.
Yeah, I prefer Miracle Whip over mayonnaise.
All right. That's enough.
I have a balancing act because certain things get mayonnaise and certain things get Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
Understood.
Oh,
We can proceed now.
yes. Tom says happy holidays to you, Kathy, as well. Does Kathy have her sneakers put in the washer and dryer? Did Eric pick that up from her as well? This is an important question. I think it's a valid question to ask.
I thought we buried that one a long time ago. But anyways, yeah. No.
There's nothing wrong with putting your dirty sneakers in the washing machine and washing them, right?
Right.
That's right.
It means if she looks away, like,
Mhm. Yeah.
nothing wrong with it at all.
Glazed eyed look. That's my son.
Jay here. A Merry Holiday for Mr. Eric and the rest of you all. Appreciate the fun stories throughout the year. Thank you, Jay. Merry Christmas to you as well. Holiday and whatever else you celebrate. Eric will never bring another guest on again. Maybe not.
I don't ever want to be on this show again. Never mind bringing a guest.
Eric, secretly, that's like nature's punishment to you, though. That's the best part of it. It's like it's not even that we don't even invite you on the show. You just kind of appear, and the fact that Kathy lets you out of that room occasionally, I think that's a wonderful day. I think it's a great thing.
It's like that stray dog that always comes around, you know, sort of.
Mhm.
What are you going to do? But we're going to be nice to him today, Kathy. Don't you worry.
Oh, this is being nice. This is being
This-
holiday
this-
charitable
yes.
right now.
You are being nice so far.
You always hurt the ones you love, you know, and it's.
God, you
just the way
guys
it
must
goes.
love me the hell out of me.
Oh, we just love you.
In fairness, Eric, I'm equal opportunity. Everyone gets it. I do not discriminate.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Card Vibe here says Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you as well. Can we start a collection? Have Kathy hit Eric with that cane. I'll open the pot with 2009. Ooh, add the 9 cents in there. That adds a little extra.
That's actually Eric's cane, but
Mhm.
just saying.
Uh,
You can outrun Eric now. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my God! Right. So there was a period of time that Mom wasn't doing so well, and she had a hip replacement, just like I did, a year ago. She had
Just
one a couple
copycat.
months ago, and she's 100%. She's off and running, and there's no stopping her now. Now that my back's out for the last 2 weeks, the roles are reversed,
Mhm.
and she asked me yesterday if I wanted to use her walker.
Oh, I'd pay for that video.
I'm like, no, Mom, I don't think I'm at walker yet. I don't think I'm
I
ready.
don't know. The way he's walking around half bent over, I don't know. I think it would be a good idea.
I think so.
That was a
I
very
would
nice
pay you
guess.
for pictures of that, Kathy.
If I
Handsome,
can catch one, I will.
please.
I can't stand up straight because the pressure. When I stand up, the pressure that gets put on the nerves is like a knife in my back. So I have to walk over all hunched, so the joint stays open.
Hmm.
So I look ridiculous when I walk.
Yes, that's why you look ridiculous. I agree.
All
That
right,
is why.
Shut up, Brad.
we'll go with that. He's just He's just giggling away down there.
Brad is just enjoying, in the
Great.
spirit of the holidays. Brad is just letting us all have a moment and enjoying it and appreciating it. So real
Absolutely.
quick,
I open boxes of cards. I'm sorting through them. I'm having a great time.
Eric,
there you
how
go.
do you hate the holidays? Why do you hate Christmas? This is why.
There you go.
terrible.
So you're opening a gift for yourself there, Brad.
Yeah, I opened a box of O-Pee-Chee Platinum and I got absolutely nothing. Then I opened a box of artifacts and I pulled
Oh, you pulled the
number
redemption.
one Bedard autograph rookie redemption.
No way.
Good. Nice job.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
Nice.
I
So
didn't expect
very
the other
big time.
box.
yeah, very excited for that because I kind of said I will have this Bedard card in my collection and I will be keeping it because I think I said on the last show his cards are going to come out just too prices are going to be too high on them. So I think now at least
I agree.
I'll have an artifacts autograph card for sure in my collection. So it makes me I'm pretty stoked. And I think Sherry's talking about opening a case of cup tomorrow on Christmas.
Oh, cup.
She was going to message you, Carlos, tomorrow. So the case of cup is here, and she
I
wants
was going to say,
It's only 1200.
listen. I'm all about the content, and I'm always about the content. We know this. This is a fact. So, and the YouTube channel stays open for business. I'm open for business on Christmas Day. That is not a problem on my end.
I can make myself available.
We like living vicariously, and actually, this does bring up something I do want to ask you. So hold that thought for 1 second. First, before I get to that, I do want to also say I did show it on the last live stream on the Friday one. So I don't know if you got a chance to see that section, Brad. So thank you again to yourself and everybody at AMG, the package. But I do want to know who went action figure shopping. This is what I want to know. So who actually went to go? The action figure was the one that surprised me because when I saw a box, I was like, okay, one of these cards I expected. I saw the card previously. I'm guessing the other one was the infamous stature auto that you were looking for. Is that the one? Okay.
Yeah. So I found a whole box as I was doing some cleaning. I knew I honestly I thought there was a possibility I threw it out, and I was really rattled by that because I don't think I've ever done that before. Well, that I can remember knowingly.
Right.
So I thought it was gone, and all of a sudden I found an 800 count box, and it was all the stature cards, like the Crosby auto, Draisaitl auto, and it was all in there. So I was very excited, and then we had the other Medano, and so me and Sherry were over at Toys R Us shopping for her nephew.
Infamous Toys R Us. Okay.
And we bought some. They had some Loricana packs, which we bought. We're going to open tomorrow. We never opened any of that before, and we're in the toy section. We were going through all the toys. She was loading the cart, like it was overflowing with stuff for her nephew. And I'm sitting there just kind of daydreaming, and I'm looking at a section next to the He-Man, and all of a sudden Britt Baker was just shining. And I looked at Sherry, and she looked at me, and she said,
"Yep,
you know what? We have to get that." And I said, "Absolutely, we have to." And I think what you should do, Carlos, though, I listened to you the Friday night show. I think you should take it out of the box. I take my action figures out of the box. It's kind of a little bit, and I think it'd be.
I agree with you. The only thing is that I actually think I think it's Jack Swears, whoever does the action. I actually think the presentation in the box is actually pretty good.
Okay.
I actually think they did a good job. And to be honest, like I went and looked at the table yesterday when I was looking and doing some sorting. I basically was cleaning out the office to make space for stuff. And I was looking, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I could literally stand this up just about in the background when I do my pickup videos and stuff. Like this would be perfect. Right where those I'll move out some of the unopened boxes that I have before. I can literally just put it there and it can just hang out back there. I think that would be really good for the pickup videos. I think it would work out.
Awesome.
So let me grab that. So again, thank you all. I appreciate the thought that went into that, and I appreciate the surprise that I wasn't expecting that box to come in. And all of a sudden, I was like, "What the hell is this?" Good evening, Yannick. Merry Christmas. How are you?
Hey, Merry Christmas to you guys.
How you doing?
Pretty good yourself?
We're all busy having fun here.
Yeah.
I just stoked the fire and did dishes. And had a good meal so far. Just hung out with small part of the family, quiet. And tomorrow is the big day. Having the brother over and the nephews.
Nice.
Gonna raise hell.
Nice. All right.
You know, when
I
they're
think
not
it's-
your kids, right? They're the nephew, niece, so you can just like spoil them, fill them with sugar, and then send them home.
Pretty much, yeah. Let the parents deal with the sugar. Yeah.
That's the right
Yes.
spirit. I think that's the correct move. So bring it back over. I did want to make sure I bring Yannick in. So the other thing, kind of Brad, to your point. So I have a question for you. I wanted to kind of get your thought. I've been watching some of the breaks for the cup, and I was able to find the one that I referenced on the last live stream. So I'll include a link to it in the description of this one. So if folks check it out later, you can check it out. It was a break of a tin of the cup, and it was the one where one of the cards was dented corner, and it was a nice
Really?
card, and then the other one was like a double stamped on that Frank Mahovlich card that I mentioned to you.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
it was the double stamp on the serial number. I found the one that I was talking about. I was like, guys, $1,200. Like $1,200, like that's a hand packed product. You're telling me you couldn't tell that the corner was dinged and that the thing was double stamped on the? It's like QC guys, and all I think back to, in the back of my mind, the first thought that comes to my mind is on the PSA Canada channel where we were doing it. Luke opened up a case of the cup, and we enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but man, some of those tins were rough, man. Some of those tins were rough.
Have you seen
Like,
the ones Ziri did? He hit a. It was nice. It's just nothing big, but he hit a Patrick Kane, I think, patch or something like that.
Yeah. How many boxes did he do, Yannick?
I saw one. That's it.
One.
I think it's just a one so far. And
One
you know,
thing,
it's Ziri. He'll probably do a
all
couple.
Uh,
I just can't help but think though, in the back of my
One
mind,
block,
and on the
that's really good.
thumbnail, I think the guy did the right thing. If you think about it on the thumbnail, so 1,200 Canadian again ish. Your mileage may vary depending on where you buy it, but somewhere in that vicinity.
like 1150, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, even if let's just say 1,200 to make the math easy. You know, let's spare Eric the maths here for a second. Let's keep it simple. 1,200. There's 6 cards in that tin. That's $200 per card in that tin.
Mhm.
So now you're looking at it, it's like there are cards that 100% are going to be like $40. Literally, you throw them up money, but you'll be lucky to get $30-$40 for them. They can be nice cards. Obviously, you got a base card. Most of them aren't going to go for anything. So scratch that out and increase the average suddenly immediately. And even if you get like, what about the show? You get a copy of the show that's not autographed. Even if it's a nice player, like what's that? $40 bucks? Can't be
Really?
that much crazy. Like even if you get a
No.
good player, like
Even
so take that out.
I think the hit he had there, if you just compare it a little bit, it was maybe a $220 card.
Which is
Wow.
barely the average of what you need.
And it's a hit, like it's
Yeah,
considered
yeah.
a hit in the tin. So
Yeah.
I would say it wouldn't
So
be a
so
hit.
let me
No, it's
explain.
a
So let me
gamble.
explain my point here is not to pick on the cup. My point here is that it has become a real frustration. And Upper Deck's not alone. Obviously, people complain about Panini, they complain about Topps, deservedly so. But we're talking about like the highest tier product we have here. So we're using that as their example here. You're paying a premium amount for what are mostly nice cards. Like they're pretty nice cards. But it's one of those things where it's like the QC is bad on some of them. Again, this isn't across the board. I'm not saying across the board, but I'm saying the QC is bad on more than a few. Like we can see them. And some of the cards are like, I won't even say overwhelming or underwhelming. I'll just say whelming. But it's the highest tier product we have. So it's like whelming. Is that good enough? It's like Brad, is whelming good enough on the highest tier product we have?
Yeah. No, absolutely. It works out to cost. Take the base card out, and it works out to $187 Canadian per card at cost
holy.
is what you're paying. So if you take the base card out, that's 30 cards, divide it by the case price, that's at cost, and you pay $187.40 per card.
Wow.
So
That's
We're
$2
actually-
in
yeah.
Eric's money.
yeah, and I said to Sherry, I said, this is actually something that you can do a video with, and that's why she's going to reach out to Carlos to do, just to kind of see where you stand. Did you guys see Scotty B did a video on Topps definitive baseball?
Yes,
And-
I did see
Yeah.
that one. Yep.
Wasn't that like that was very well done? You know what I mean? So you can look at the percentages, and so anyways, we both watched that. So Sherry said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So I was all for it. I want to watch her pronounce the names because this will be absolutely priceless.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Let me get caught up here real quick. So Carlisle, Merry Christmas to you, and this is Merry Christmas from Atlanta, Miss Kathy. So that's Merry Christmas to you from Carlisle here.
Hello.
Yep. Justin says Merry Christmas to you, Yannick. Perfect.
Merry
And
Christmas.
what year?
Chuck.
Yeah, what year released the cup? So this is 21-22. So important
Oh,
note.
yeah, it's a
we
year
we
behind.
made sure to really emphasize this. They're still a year behind, but the reason it's really important is that we also made emphasis. You're not getting the Connor Bedard. So anybody who's
Not
losing
yet.
their mind and saying like Connor Bedard, you can't get it. It's not in that product.
What would be the big hit then?
Cole
Caulfield.
Caulfield,
Yeah.
yeah, and they do have like we went in the checklist for the update cards. There is that Jason Robertson shield card. Like that is a
Okay.
good one.
That's a good one.
You've got some nice exquisite cards, but again, you're using the updates to kind of fill in the gaps and try to find value. Where it's like, so you're saying you can't make cards that are sufficient value to make this work. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's really not good.
And you kind of have to on all these things. Like it's built for breakers. If you're going to go in, don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'd sooner do the full case because there's going to be some sort of a case
A
hit,
hit.
anyways. But
Okay.
you know, I watched a guy open up one box and he might have got a couple $100 worth of cards, and fortunately, I didn't. He knew exactly
Sorry.
what he was doing.
How
He was
many
doing
how
it
many
for fun.
tens are in the case? How many tens are in the case?
6.
6.
So
Okay,
30
so we're
cards
talking, yeah.
at
$800.
$200 each, or 187. Yeah.
It's just like going to the casino. You know, you're completely gambling. You know, it doesn't make financial sense to do it. If you want to have some fun and you want to take a gamble, and then hey, go ahead and do it.
Well, here's the
Well,
big
I
question.
think the problem I have, and I'll get to that one
Yeah.
here in a second, Bobby. But I just wanted to add here. My big problem with it is that yes, you're right. It is gambling, and to be clear, I like gambling. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
gambling. I enjoy it. I have fun with it.
Right.
But there's a difference between throwing $20 into a progressive slot machine and hoping to hit a jackpot, versus the cup. A case of the cup is $7,200. That's a
You know what?
that's a very
I'll
heavy
take-
duty hit.
I'll take the 7,200. Me personally, I like my odds better at the casino.
100%. Like $7,200, I could go to the poker tables and have a good time.
Dude,
You put
7,200.
it all on black and still have a
Wow,
50
I can have
shot.
fun at one.
Now, so if a case hit, what would the value of a case hit be in retrospective $1,200?
Ooh.
I mean, there's lots
If
of
you got a
one.
case hit, it should be worth like 2,000.
Yeah. It's
Oh no!
probably- I'd
If
say
you
the
had like a
average-
really good one, yeah, that would be like an average. Like if you had like a monstrous Connor McDavid card, like a really nice, like a high end Connor McDavid card, that would be tens of thousands. That'd be
they
pretty good.
do relics too? Let's say like Wayne Gretzky something or Gordie Howe
Okay.
or
It's the cup,
They-
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
do they? Okay,
That
okay.
Bobby Orr guy.
Yeah.
Reggie
They do.
Lemlin.
Yes.
Reggie.
Reggie Lemlin, the
There
It's like,
should be
it's,
Reggie
it's like
Lemon
has
in
there
the
ever been a cup comp in the negatives?
That's not funny.
It's a valid question.
That's not funny.
It's only the start, Eric. It's only the
Way too
beginning.
expensive for the case. Yep. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for leave cards. Merry Christmas to you as well. By the time we roll around the Bedard, the cup will be 7,200 a 10, not a case. That's actually a good point. So, like
Next year?
from retail. So from retail, this year's tins are actually cheaper than the previous years, a little bit, because I think the SRP went down slightly. Because it had been going up and up and up, and I think this current one is. I don't know what I won't talk about cost. I'm just saying the SRP, like the SRP. I think the SRP they dipped it slightly, and then it's gonna go back up with the Bedard one.
Last
they
time I
did.
opened the cup, I think it was $300. So how long
One
did
of,
that
the
ago?
one of the first couple of years, yeah. There,
Yeah. And I opened it, and I think I actually broke even, or if not, I made a few bucks. But other than that, that's when I was just buying a box on the weekend and having some fun with the guys. So, but that's 2010, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
I never been in a break. Maybe we should try to.
Hey,
Let's do a break.
Brad.
Anybody interested in buying a box of this? I'll sell it to them for $100.
Oh, the
Just the
box and
box?
stuff with the fancy.
Bruins, centennial set.
Yeah.
Just the cardboard or what's in it as well? Even if we already know it's a negative
Nothing.
investment.
Listen, I've talked to a few people since Friday, and cannot get over the fact that Milt Schmidt is not in a centennial set for the Boston Bruins.
He's almost one of the biggest stars of all time.
Yeah,
for who he was and what he did for the city, and everything.
I always argue, and some people fight me on it. I always argue that Milt Schmidt is the greatest Bruin of all time. He was a player and won cups. He went off to war and came back. He was the coach. He was the general manager. Yes. He was the president. He has his number retired. Yes. He made the greatest trade in Bruins history that got Esposito, Stanfield, and Hodge. This is, I think, the most important Bruin of all time, and they don't put him in the set. I don't get it.
Fire up the presses. Let's do it.
So that's the truth. Plus, he was a super nice guy, and it was very sad when he passed away. He was a gentleman's gentleman.
He was. Definitely. A lot of respect. I think the people who choose things maybe shouldn't be choosing some of those things.
I just assumed at this point that Milt Schmidt put in his will that you will not include me in any Centennial set if Hal F. Gill did not wind up in the Bruins top 100.
Yes.
Like he specifically said, if he's not in the top 100, I'm out.
Hal Gill made it in, but Milt Schmidt, no. And
it's the opposite, Bobby. He is like from beyond the grave. Milt Schmidt is upset that Hal Gill was not in the top 100. Mm-hmm. He acknowledges his SP signature legendness. And as soon as he was excluded from the top 100, Milt Schmidt excluded himself from the Centennial set. He said, I'm out.
From the dead.
From beyond the grave.
And I'm getting text messages from viewers telling me that I have to say that Jason Allison is also one of the greatest Boston Bruins of all time.
Well, we've already seen that you do for a self-admitted fan of the Boston Bruins. We're going to put fan in quotation marks here. For a fan of the Boston Bruins, you really were slow to catch on the greatness of Hal F. and Gill. That's first. Second, you don't seem to quite grasp that Joe Thornton is like the second greatest Boston Bruin of all time after Hal F. and Gill. And not only that, the most offensive thing of all, to this day, you continue to do this slanderous notion. Brad, as a former hockey player, you should be horrified by this. This man has the audacity to try to convince people that Chicago Blackhawks legend Bobby Orr had some association to this ragtag franchise. I can't even imagine. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
Don't know how
I can't believe it.
I hate you all so much.
Happy holidays.
So what is the most valuable card in that set?
After Hal F. and Gill? Okay, but it's a fair question though. There's an autograph checklist as well. It's not like a 1-for-1. So I would guess it would be one of the autographs. I don't know who would it be.
Bobby Orr's autograph.
Yeah, because you couldn't get Eddie Shore or Dick Clapper, and Eddie Shore, he has so much fame, but that guy was an asshole.
Oh,
he was a jerk, and then he ran the Bruins Gardens, the junior team. And, he was a cheap bugger. He didn't want to pay for light bulbs. And, I've read so many bad stories on him. And plus
human being.
Yeah, plus he ruined, what's his name's career, Ace Bailey. And that's why they had the Ulster. It's just like, and the guy's lore. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like he's Ty Cobb of
Hal Gill all day.
Facts.
Like I said, I think he's more like Ty Cobb.
That same
just
persona.
An absolute horrible human being, but he was great at what he did.
Yeah, Shore was a defenseman. I don't think he really did much, to be honest.
Okay, so what I'll say
guys
is,
in Slapshot disagree.
There you go.
I'm inclined back then.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say it probably have to be Bobby Orr because they also put him in one. So the odds of the Bobby Orr, specifically the autograph version, is 1 in 187 boxes. So that's the odds.
So you got 186 more to go, Eric.
There you go.
Do you get an auto in every box?
No, you don't. You're not guaranteed one.
No.
Overall, base autographs are actually 1 in 10 boxes. It's actually tough to pull one.
They should have one in each box. There's enough players in that set.
With what we saw, look, we joke about it, and deservedly so. It deserves mockery. But the thing is, when Eric opened that box, it's like, yeah, base set, fine. You need to include it. That I have no issue with that. Include an insert or two and a couple of parallels. Again, I have no issue. That yellow parallel was pathetic though. That was like a pathetic attempt. That was really a waste. All they did was make the emblem yellow.
That's
It
it.
was the laziest thing. It was the
yellower.
laziest thing they could have. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like the laziest thing they could have done. They
Yeah.
did one that was a little bit hollow foil, not numbered or anything. I'm like, guys, you have the technology in house to put a little extra effort into it, and then no guaranteed autograph. It's like, well, pick one of these players that you're comfortable with and just have them sign a little more.
Yeah.
Get some more Ed Westfalls here. Like, just get him to sign a little bit extra. It's
There's so many there. For $20 a box, it's not bad though.
if it was $20 a box,
That's
you'd be
what
right.
it should be, $20 a box.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, in all honesty, I think the reason that it's $50 a box is because that it's not a high-end product.
I was saying 20 Canadian, so that's like
No, I
$10
understand.
US.
I hear you, but I think if they did everything that we wish that they did, it would be $100 or $120. So
sort of went through the same thing with the Leafs top 100 players of all time, and I don't know who picked that list, but everybody's shaking their head, going, no, wrong, and it's the powers that be that choose these people, and it shouldn't be, and it's a political game too. So unfortunately, and I think that's what happened there. The good old boys sat around the table, go, who? Milt Schmidt?
Yeah.
What?
yeah,
How do you spell Schmidt?
I mean, no Woody Dumont, no, Bobby Bauer. I don't get it.
No Bobby Bauer. No, like, man. Anyways, we'll stop beating that setup.
Yeah, we'll come back to it later.
I just want
fun of
to
the Bruins
again,
I meant for now. Yeah.
do not purchase anything from Hockey Bond Collectibles. Thank you.
later. Paul,
Haven't.
Hal Gill's never wrong. Facts, sir.
Mhm.
Facts. The man knows. But yes,
Someone's got
no,
to
that's exciting. I'm so kind of circling back around to the point about the cup though, Brad. I love living vicariously through those breaks. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy watching them. Even if I had all the money in the world, that's not a game I'd want to play. You're right though. If you are gonna play, then you pretty much have to play at the case level. You need to mitigate. You got to give yourself the case hit. You got to guarantee yourself the case hit. And who knows if the case hit will make it worth your while, but you got to guarantee it. You can't take a chance on a 10 or 2 because if you don't get the case hit, because it could be really bad really fast because a couple of them just are not good tins.
Yeah. No, and you got to know it makes no economical sense.
100%.
But please purchase your next purchase at AMG Sports.
At AMG Collectibles. Go to AMG Collectibles.
I would
Let's
not
ask
give
the-
anybody advice to buy a box of the cup. Like
Let's
nobody.
ask a layperson what they think.
This is
about-
not a professional advice.
But you would advise them, Brad, to buy a case of CFL, Upper Deck CFL.
Mhm.
or AEW.
If you like the CFL, the best thing you could possibly do is buy SP Game U CFL because you get 8 autographs in a pack or 10 or I don't even know what it is.
That
I
many.
just don't know who any of them are.
You just start going through it. It's like I said, like to be clear, whenever I make fun of a quick caveat, whenever I make fun of the CFL, I was a season ticket holder for 2 different franchises over a total of 3 different years. That is a fact. I was at the 100th Grey Cup. I have been to playoff games, everything. So I get to make fun of it as much as I want. I have the credit to be able to do so. You're going to start going through it. It's like, who? Who's this guy? I thought he was dead. Wait a minute. Is he an SB Signature legend? God damn it.
Maybe.
Are you a Rough Riders fan or a Rough Riders fan?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's tough. You
so
got to
tough.
put the dramatic pause in there
color.
so we can really make sure we tell the difference. You got to put a dramatic pause. That's the key.
It's
Right.
like Red Rose tea, only in Canada. So
Yeah, I can't back Saskatchewan, man. My buddy Steve's in Saskatchewan, and I have concerns. I can't back it.
I live
Too much
there.
wheat, too many wheat fields. That's like a horror movie waiting to happen.
yeah.
You have to kind of watch CFL by default, even if you don't want to. It's everywhere,
They make you watch it. The government makes you watch it.
Yeah.
dude. Like seriously, actually, I used to go shop when the game was on because the whole town is yours. There's no one.
Yeah. Eric, it's Saskatchewan. It's like there is nothing else.
Eric, they sell green.
It's the Rough
pancakes.
Riders or wheat.
You can literally buy off the shelf Saskatchewan Rough Rider green pancake mix.
I don't want that.
No, me neither. But it's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're serious about it. They don't they don't, Eric, they do not joke over it. It's like talking to the Texans about their high school football and college football and that. They're serious. It's not a joke.
It's the only reason why that league's still going. It's because of Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
it's maybe a little bit of Winnipeg.
Calgary and Edmonton can get into it. Basically, West. It's the West. It's the West and Hamilton. It's the West and Hamilton.
Yeah.
Pretty much it, because everybody over to the east side is like, Toronto's like, that league's still on? Yes, they have it over it's like, are you sure they didn't cancel it or something? No, it's still there. I swear. Be funny. I went to a Great Cup of Wayne Gretzky and John Candy in the sidelines. So that would have been probably 91. If that was the one, that would have been 91.
Cool. The Argos.
Yeah, the Argos are still my favorite because never has a team who actually wins semi-consistently. You can go look it up. Like, they actually win on a semi-regular basis, especially compared to other Toronto teams. In my lifetime, if I'm remembering this correctly, they won in 83, 91, a couple of times in the mid-90s. Then they went on a little drought, and then in the early 2000s they won a couple of times. They won the 100th Grey Cup to the chagrin of the entire rest of the league. They're like, Toronto doesn't even care about the CFL. Yeah, but they won. They were in the 100th Grey Cup and they won. They won at home on their home stadium.
Montreal
and halftime show had Bieber.
Team.
And the halftime show had Bieber.
Oh yeah, Montreal had a decent team in the 2000s, but that's about it. But this year, I guess no one was expecting them to do anything. So, but who cares? It's CFL.
But you know what the scary thing is? Like, and again, I haven't kept track of it in years, but the Argos won last year. Literally last year. So like on a semi-regular basis, they will be in contention to actually win. Imagine your team winning on a semi-regular basis. Like, most of the people don't know or care.
So you didn't go to the parade?
I did not go to the parade.
Only people at the parade were the players.
Yeah, maybe. It's like they
even some of
maybe.
Them
go ahead.
And even some of them skipped it.
Listen, the only way that we would have gone to the parade is we would have gone to the parade if Brad had offered to put us on the Learjet with Josie and Ric Flair and Dale Earnhardt. And it's like if we had been on the plane, the stories on the plane ride would have been the memories to last a lifetime.
Don't ever get on a plane with Ric Flair.
No.
You get some duct tape and some rope, Eric. It'll be fine. Just tie him to his chair.
Get on a plane with Ric Flair.
You might see things you don't want to see.
Well, that's where the duct tape and the rope come in, Yannick. You don't let that man leave the chair.
Nope.
I mean, he was in one plane crash where he almost died, and then he was on the other one that you kind of wish he died.
Isn't it me where he's looking rough now?
Oh,
I saw him. I was like,
rough.
Ric Flair is a cadaver. I'm half convinced he died years ago, and he's not fully convinced. Like at this point, like that dude has put some hard miles on his life.
Him and Keith Richards go to the same doctor.
Yeah, it's like it's like just put a stick in his back, tape it so he stays upright, and just push him forward. They let it go. There you go. Will Atlantic Canada ever get a CFL team after Brad Hartland buys into the CFL? I can see it now.
They've been
the Atlantic Schooners. Brad Hartland there proudly on the sidelines going, "What the fuck did I just pay for? What is this?" And I still can't get rid of this Upper Deck CFL, even here.
They have a whole gang of East Coast people. There's like a fan club that they go everywhere at the Grey Cup and trying to get a team. They want a team.
30 years ago,
party
it was like 300 people, and now it's down to like 30 people. It will never happen. There's no. It's already been squashed so many times. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I heard New England could use a football team. Maybe we put one there. Is it you could have a football team over there? We could put. Maybe you guys could win the Grey Cup. Come on, Eric. Let's go.
Well,
Eric's gonna go coach.
I'll take anything better than what we have. What's the score behind you?
No, don't tell me.
So do you want to know or not? Don't want to know.
The boss doesn't want to know.
All right, you don't want to know. That's fine.
No, I have it on pause downstairs. I'm gonna go finish watching.
She's taping it.
There you go. So
That's
I think the
awesome.
hockey
That's
cardboard's
okay.
question. I think there will be folks that will agitate for it. I just don't. I agree with Brad. I don't think the. I think there are people who say they want it, but they don't understand. Like, well, okay, so you have to build a stadium, and then you guys fan base have to actually be engaged in it. The whole Toronto thing is that like look, people in Toronto much to the chagrin of the rest of the country. People in Toronto have stuff to do. If I go to Toronto, I've got like 500 options of how I can spend my money if I want to go do something entertainment product in an evening. There's 1,000 choices. There just is.
That's just on
And-
Yonge Street.
Yeah, it's legal, illegal, whatever suits whatever floats your boat. But the point is you've got so many options that it's like, and even if we just say professional sports, you got a bunch of teams. you can go watch this, you can go watch that, you can go hang out. Like another team that's actually had success in the past, the Toronto Rock. Lacrosse is actually a very fun sport to watch, and the prices were very reasonable for a long time. So you got a sport that is fun to watch, and the prices are reasonable. Okay, so you've got that option. If you want to see hockey and the Maple Leafs too expensive, go watch the Marlies. The arena's nice. I've been to it. It's actually a fun place to watch a hockey game. Ticket prices aren't so bad. There you go. You want to watch some decent hockey.
There's still hockey being played at Maple Leaf Gardens, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's I think it's Ryerson, so that's like collegiate. But like I said, if you the point is you have choices, and if you want economical choices, we got those too. So it's like, do we need this one? No, not really. You got to give me a good reason, because just being there isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Stu says Burton Cummings sing the anthem. How many times has he done that?
Many times.
Definitely a lot.
I saw Brian Adams singing the halftime show in 03.
Okay.
I was on the National Guard, the guard for the national anthem, whatever. I was one of these guys with the flag and
So the honor guard.
snowbirds.
I think it's the honor
The
guard.
honor guard. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one.
You were there and you don't even know what the hell it's called.
I was kind of half there at that point. I still had to do one task, and then it was party time. So
There you go.
You started early.
kind of.
Yeah. Boss, is anybody buying the Flair crypto? How do you think Brad's going to be able to fund the Atlantic scooters?
The
Yeah.
Woo coin.
Yeah, he needs that crypto. Like I said, Flair's on hard times, man.
Oh my
Real
God.
hard time. That one day they're gonna be like, Flair's dead. It's like, yeah, like 6 years ago. No, seriously. Like, no, serious this time. He is in fact dead. Are you sure now, though? Like, are you sure? Because you said that in 1995, and in 2005, and 2006, 7. Keep going. I don't know, man. Hey, good luck to him. He's managed a longer life than a lot of us thought he would have,
Oh, yeah.
given the way he decided to live it.
In
Way
true
longer.
category with Brett Favre. Not a great guy.
Yeah, not a swell fella.
Not a swell fella.
There you go.
Not a good man.
So let me ask you this, Brad. Since we got you here, obviously you mentioned the cup thing. I think that'd be a lot. Honestly, that'd be a lot of fun. Let me pose this question. I want to open it up to the chat and open it up to anybody else. Obviously, we're holiday theme for this one. I got the little snow thing going on in the background and everything. Holiday theme for the Spooktacular. But one of the big things, obviously, you talk about is Christmas. Christmas. Has there ever been like a card or hobby related gift that you've received? Anything notable or memorable that you remember or enjoy from Christmases past? Open-ended question. Just if anybody wanted to think about that one.
Hobby related, obviously. Sorry, you caught up there.
Yeah.
I said,
Hobby related.
no, it's a card or hobby related.
Okay.
My uncle gave me a Bobby Orr rookie card back when I was, I'm going to say 15 or 16, and it was taped. It had glue like on the back, like 2 big glue marks, and it was probably the worst shaped Bobby Orr that you could ever get. Anyways, I was so happy, and I remember I had to call him afterwards. I said I had a chance to upgrade it back like 5 years after, and I wasn't going to, and he said, "You better upgrade it. It's time." So, but he gave that to me for 2 birthdays and 2 Christmases to justify the price. So it was I'll never forget that. That was one of the nicest gestures. So.
Yeah, that's exactly in line with what I'm talking about. Now, for me, like to your point though, if it was me, I'd upgrade it, but I keep the old one. That's what I did with that '54 Bowman mantle that I have. It was the first Bowman. It was the first mantle I ever bought. I still have it. it's beat to all hell. It's kind of a fun one to show occasionally from
And
time to
get
time.
rid
You
of
go,
that.
all right, this technically is a poor card. It's barely hanging on. But then I also got a copy, you know, for the set. I got a copy that's a much more aesthetically pleasing copy. But I still have the other one. I still kept it.
Yeah.
No reason.
I was
no reason
listening to
move on.
someone, they were talking about cards that you wish that you still had. Yeah, if I had the opportunity to buy that back, like Lord knows where that is now. That was, 35 years ago. So, but I would love to have that card back. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Dufek says 93 finest Bo Jackson and Paul Molitor from my mom. Perfect. That's a good example too. That works for me. U.S. Sports Card says, evening all. Hope everyone has a great rest of 2023. Same to you. To you as well. My dad would get me Yogi Berras for Christmas. Nice, Bob. Nice. So that's kind of the theme. That's what I'm referring to. And it doesn't have to be your parents. It can be whatever. Just a hobby-related gift or, again, hobby. I'll leave it open-ended. So, Bobby, even if it's an item, if it's something that maybe at some point came down your pathway, that would count too.
Well, this is not that old, but, well, I guess maybe it is. In 98, 97, I got a 1974 unopened wax pack from my family to me. That was the one thing they bought. It's on eBay. They bought it and whatever. So that's one hobby related sort of gift. It's otherwise I've never really gotten cards for, you know, we always just bought our own and going to school. We never really got them for, like, we didn't get a box or anything like that. We got a lot of toys, that's for sure, but nothing card related, unfortunately.
That makes sense, and especially as you get older, anyway, more in the hobby, it would be tricky to try to get something for you that would make sense, because it'd be like, you know, it'd be like a gift certificate situation. Yeah, it'd be like a gift certificate situation. You know, credit for the store or something. That would be like the way around it.
You'd be going. Is Hal Gill any good? I don't know.
The answer is yes.
Oh,
very yes, of course.
He's from Massachusetts too. He played for his hometown team.
Listen, all I'm saying is, like, your appreciation for Hal Gill just simply grow over time, Eric. He's like, in this season, your heart for Hal Gill should be growing 3 sizes.
I'm going to start work on this, man. Him now. We talk about him so much. I'm going to start a PC of him now. I think I have.
You should. and now, Brad, seriously, as time goes on, I increasingly come closer to being like, you know, it'd be great if one of these days I just literally hit the button and then boom, here's Hal Gill.
Oh yeah, I see.
Bring him on. It's like, Hal. That's your signature legend. We'll just put a little subheading on there for him. That's right. Respect. I'll leave this one here. It is hobby related. I'll give you that. I'll give you points of credit. I'll give you points of creativity. I guess we'll count it. We'll allow it.
It's a way to look at it.
To each their own. I still remember the 89 score baseball set I got as a 7-year-old for Christmas. I spent so much time with that set. Yeah, perfect. That makes sense. I think the only one that was like a box was 91 Tops. 91 Tops was one for me. It was that was the Chipper Jones year. That's what we were kind of talking about, because I was showing the guys beforehand, and I'm going to start opening this up now. I had the box of 92 O-Pee-Chee, so I'm going to crack this open. I'm not gonna move the camera or anything. I'll sort through the packs as we're talking, and if I see anything notable, I'll mention it. But there's no real inserts or anything in it. It's a lot of it's extra Blue Jays, extra Expos. There's a Gary Carter subset. It is mostly a replica of the 92 top set, but unfortunately it has no Topps Golds. It has no Peachy Gold equivalent, unfortunately. But it's they're cool looking cards, and it is a trip down memory lane if you like your early 90s baseball.
I love early 90s baseball.
Good times.
Eric's favorite time.
I couldn't imagine a better thing to open.
He lies.
But I want to answer that question about Christmas and getting something hobby related.
Well, go ahead while you're doing them open packs.
So, I think my mother single-handedly funded the Becket dynasty back in the day, because she would get me a year subscription every year, every Christmas for the monthly Becket magazines, and would purchase me the big book for hockey with all the checklists and stuff in it. So between the
thick one,
the big one, the big book. So and that's like $40 or whatever. And then the year subscription, I think she pretty much was the bricks that held up the Becket empire.
Probably. Well, aren't they like weren't they like $10 an issue?
I don't remember. I mean,
I think it was like $9.95 or something like that, or $8.95, somewhere in that vicinity.
In Canada, $14.50. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
right.
yeah, so I've never been, as I started getting older, Christmas, I'd lost the care about Christmas, and I didn't really look forward to anything or ask for much. But I was always excited when Mom would wrap up one of the big Becket books, and I'd pick it up. I could feel the weight of it. I knew what it was right away, and I'd get excited for that. And then I'd spend the rest of the day, going through it and looking at prices and checklists and getting my pencil out and checking, the whole thing. And so that was always fun. So,
Mom, is this a phone book? No.
What'd you say? Bobby, what? I didn't hear you.
Mom, is this a phone book?
Yeah.
You remember those days?
Well, it wasn't. I don't remember the year they stopped finally delivering them to the door, but it wasn't. It was a while, but it wasn't that long ago.
Not that long.
I bet you there's an awful lot of people that have no idea what a phone book is when we say a phone book is.
And every year that goes by, there'll be more. 100%. So,
yep.
so
my
just an
daughter
example.
would not know that.
So this would be an example of a card that more than likely appears in this one. So that's Tom Foley. Kind of an interesting studio shot they picked up on that one. But obviously you got extra Expos and Blue Jays. So that was the big tweak in the checklist to make it to accommodate
space on that card.
Like a dugout.
But my favorite part is Yannick. So there you go. Tom Foley from the Expos, right? All right, but check out the card number. Come on, Yannick.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, so Yannick, you want me to send it to you? Like,
Perfect. The number of the beast. Let it go.
There you go. I feel like it's perfect. That's why I say, like, as I go through the packs, I'm going to, if I see anything kind of fun or a good picture or something notable, I'll show it. But otherwise, it's a bunch of base cards. If you want to see a ton of base cards, that's definitely one that would have it.
Let's see you open one pack, though.
Yeah. I'll open one here. So first of all, one thing you got to see is the giveaway was you could win one of 1,000 complete 1992 O-Pee-Chee Premier baseball sets. Ooh. So you could have that. And then you had to send it into Baseball, P.O. Box in London, Ontario. Unfortunately, it expires on October 31st, 1992. So,
Halloween.
So there you go. So there's your pack.
Do they have gum in that?
It does have gum. So for the first pack, it isn't. For the first pack, it is intact.
Do not eat the gum.
Eat the gum.
I was going to save it all for you. I was going to save it all for you.
I ate gum from the 50s, guys. It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm still here. I did.
So here's Orlando says 1970. Mom gave me $5, took me to the drugstore, and bought a full box of cards. There you go. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna open one pack. Like I said, I'll open one pack here, and we'll show it. So let me do this. So like I said, there's your pack. 10 cards. One bubble gum.
One bubble gum.
These are, and by the way, this is why a lot of people talk about how like easy it is. It's like you literally don't have to do much of anything. Almost no pressure, and you just open it. And this came, and the box itself was sealed, so no issue really there.
By BBC.
No, this one came with the original seal from the factory at the time. So there you go, and the stick of gum is intact. For Eric, another stick of gum. All right, so here we go. So first we got Rick Ducey of the Blue Jays.
Never heard of him.
They know him in his house. Mitch Williams. There you go.
Yeah,
notable for the '93 series. So. Yeah. Indirectly, a Blue Jay association.
Yeah, I remember him.
Kevin Seitzer.
No.
Yeah.
Bob Zupchik.
Nope.
I don't got.
Come on, Eric. Jason Pruitt. Draft pick. Come on.
Never heard of him.
All right, so here we go. Matt Marullo.
Nope.
I don't remember. Tom Pagnazzi, Cardinals. Nope. At least took a nice action shot. I appreciate that. Ted Wood, the Giants.
Nope.
Mike Lavalier, Pirates.
Nope.
And Rich Gossage.
All right, so two
Goose Gossage. Goose Gossage.
I knew who two people were.
There you go. Hey, it's something, man. Something. Yeah, but I like some of that early '90s, and at least they had a couple of action shots in it, which I appreciate. If you're gonna have base cards, at least give me a couple of action shots in there, kind of to justify and make it a little bit more interesting.
Anybody
Gum is
want any
probably-
gum behind you there? No. Where's your
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah, make
that-
your brother eat the gum.
Yeah, make him eat the gum. He's upstairs and hiding.
Hey, try this. See, tell
Yeah,
me if it's any good.
It's try this
Eric,
completely fresh gum.
I did a little research for you. There's 180 Hal Gill cards produced. And there's 14 one of one. So if you take those
Oh
out,
my god.
you got 166 Hal Gill cards, and you can complete the entire run starting in
$17.
1997.
All right.
Start a registry set. Finally.
That's
Since
a legend. That's
they're
a
$1
legendary
a piece,
PC.
I think I
Well,
can
this-
afford it.
The one-on-ones won't be that expensive, so don't worry.
No.
they won't.
All right. I'm
Let me sort.
doing it. I'm going for it.
Yeah.
All right, no one on ones. You need 166 cards. I'll see if I can assist you in your hunt, but I'm gonna see what the
All right.
most expensive card is.
All right.
AMG
Third pack.
Collectibles is actively searching Al Gill cards.
So third pack, nothing crazy. Although I did like this Jose Lin card where it looks like he's judging you a little bit.
Yeah,
I kind
that's
of
cool.
appreciate that. And it does have a Ryan Sandberg in it, so at least,
Cool,
we got a
cool.
Hall of
Heard
Famer
of
in there,
him.
so that's all right. Yeah. It's a big checklist. This one is, I think it's still 792 cards for this one. Even though, like I said, they changed up a little bit of the numbering with it. But got an 85 Topps McGuire PSA when I was 11. Thought my collection was complete. We were middle class. My parents thought spending more than $20 a card was absolutely insane. So I was stunned. Nice.
So
Okay.
I think I've told this story before. When I first started collecting, I was like 14, and I had a paper route that Mom told me that I was going to have.
That mom delivered.
And no, don't you hear that?
No.
That Mom delivered.
Oh no.
Didn't
You
matter.
know those kids who always get a paper route and they never kind of follow through, and then
Oh,
mom ends
I
up
didn't
delivering
have a
it for them.
choice. It wasn't a choice. So
And no choice.
I had a paper route starting at 12, and
Yes.
Odd
From
man.
Van
Ton
Poppel.
Van Poppel. Let's go.
Oh my god.
So my
God,
first-
There's the hit.
My
Yeah.
first big purchase
case hit.
was the Bruins team set from 68-69, including the Orr, the Esposito, the Hodge, the McKenzie, the Cheevers, the Don Ori. And I had to make a deal with the owner of the card shop that if I went home and my parents thought I spent too much money, I'd be allowed to bring it back. And he said, "Yep, no problem. If your parents get upset, I'll give you your money back." And I had to go home and show my parents these cards and explain why. Now, listen to this: why I paid $21. And they were more excited than I was because they knew all these players. And then they started sitting there talking like, "Oh, look at this Derek Sanderson. Look how young he is." And and I'm sitting there going, "Wait a minute, I'm not in trouble." And they were in from that moment on, and they've supported me through this ridiculousness for all these years, and Mom still does, clearly. And but it all started with me bringing home the 68-69 team set, that the sideways ones that I never cut right. And I spent $21, and I was scared that I was going to get in trouble. But they were more into it than me. They couldn't believe it.
Not bad.
So,
Hey, it's your money. You earned it.
well,
So everybody remembers Jim Abbott.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
So that's when he was with the
The
Angels.
guy had one hand and threw a no-hitter.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That was
I
a
agree
big
with
story. That was a big story.
Think of how many able-bodied pitchers there have been in Major League history that never came close to throwing a no-hitter. This guy had one hand, and he threw one. That's just crazy.
I think who make it to the major leagues with one hand.
Yeah.
Like just hats off.
Absolutely.
Well, you just
Never
need one.
came
You only
for a
use
time
one
to
for the
bat.
most part.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't he had to bat a couple of times, didn't he?
Yep.
And I mean, God, that was unbelievable. Yeah, he was awesome.
What was interesting, if I remember, This Week in Baseball did a feature when he got that no hitter, and the thing that's tricky is that, well, Bobby's right. You only need one hand to pitch, but The problem is you also want to field your position. So you needed to have the glove set up in such a
You gotta
way
just
so that
switch quick.
you need to be able to throw and then be able to put your glove back on to field your position, or
But
else you'll
didn't he have
die.
a partial? He had a partial arm, and didn't he tuck his glove underneath that and
Yep.
throw?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he used to hold it. But if you were
He
going to
was
field the position,
missing the hand per se,
Yeah.
like just the hand, but
exactly.
he had the rest of the arm.
Oh, yeah.
So you would tuck basically, and then do the switch. And I don't think he had to bat much, but he did, because does that make sense that he was in the American League? So pitchers weren't
had to bat
necessarily.
a couple of times.
But if they would play a little bit the National League, they've been since the late '80s or whatever. Those the intra league, so maybe he had to bat 2 times. I'm pretty sure I saw him batting before.
And he'd sit there with the, kind of across his body and one arm these things. And I think he might have even had a hit or two.
Well, it's bound to happen.
Yeah. So this pack has some serious QC issues. I was thinking it was 21-22 the cup.
Oh,
Card dented, another one scuffed. That's it.
Frankenstein box.
Maybe.
No
My
doubt.
mom passed down a 53 Lakers program signed by George Mikan and
Wow.
Clyde Laviolette. She got
That's
signed in
awesome.
person in Grand Forks.
That's awesome. George
Very
Mikan
nice.
was the first NBA superstar.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well,
Certainly
he was an interesting situation because for the NBA guys, they got all those weird gaps in the cards because
10 years.
because I think Mikan was in 48, and then he wasn't around. I don't think he was around by the 57 set. So if you want the Mikan, you've got to get either the 48 or maybe a regional set or something. Like you don't have another major set until 57, and that's where Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, and those guys are in it.
If
So you got this gap.
comes back with a Mikan rookie, I'm driving the 10 hours and I'm going to slap him.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
I was trying to find something else.
Oh,
I can't find it. Carlos, I did find a card. I don't know if you have it in your collection yet, but it's actually nice. There's a Medana. Do you have this guy, the throwbacks?
Is it out of 100 on the back?
Yeah.
I do. Yep. But it is a very nice one. I do have that one.
Yeah, what a nice on card, like with the green.
I like the
color.
old Note Star.
That was during the brief run when Panini was in hockey, during the brief time they had the license. I believe that's 13, 14 or thereabouts.
11, 12.
Okay, so 11, 12. So they had that little brief run when they were doing it. It's pretty good. But they are nice cards. They did a good job with those ones.
Oh, I know what they did. I did get these this year for my nephew. I got some Marner gloves.
Okay, nice.
So Marner got the little. I think I remember showing the Matthews, but he writes it. Him and Matthews both write on every game used pair of gloves. They write different things, different games, but Marner puts happy faces on them. Pretty cool. But they're super. He's got incredibly small hands. Like these things, I don't have big hands by any means, but like my hands can't even fit in these.
That's
Pretty cool,
great.
though.
Nice.
I just read today that he at this stage in his career, he has more goals than Ovechkin had. That's
so maybe he's going to rival Gretzky's record later.
it is. I'm just saying that's saying a lot.
Okay, sorry. Are you talking about Marner or are you talking about Matthews?
Marner.
I thought he said Matthews.
No.
Matthews, the answer is yes. Because Matthews has had so many crazy seasons to start off with. Plus, he had a 60-goal season. Ovechkin had the 65-goal season, but Matthews has had a couple of seasons already, like some crazy goal numbers. Yeah. He's been very consistent in his early part of his career. Hugely consistent.
He starts out high and then he goes.
Those are Mitch Marner's gloves, not Austin Matthews.
Yeah, okay. We got Matthews last year. This year, Marner. So this and then pretty really nice design. William Nylander stick.
It's a foil stick.
Yeah, and it's you can see. I don't know if you can see, but he almost just cracked one. His name on it.
You almost pulled an Eric. That was crazy.
Hey, it's not easy moving the sticks around in small rooms. Okay.
No, but I almost just took a window out.
Sometimes you bang them. All right, even if they're Bobby or gamers.
Like I said, you almost pulled an Eric. Is what's going on there?
That's a heck of a curve. Wow.
Yeah, no, crazy. He is a crazy hook. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. It does no justice on that. But yeah, crazy hook. And this is, I have to say, this is the lightest stick I've ever held. ever in my life. Like there's absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Not so
And you
funny.
did
now.
it.
Take down.
You did it.
Not so funny now.
If you ask enough questions,
No,
it'll
it's still
happen.
funny. It's still real funny.
Not so funny now. Who's laughing now, Brad?
Well, honestly, you know what? These gloves, like they stink. They must be freshly game used. Like they still smell. All I can smell is my hands. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Three
why he wrote a
tears for
happy
glass
face
eye.
on them.
Yeah, exactly. They just sent them down, so maybe they were game used like last week.
There you go.
Febreze works everywhere.
Yeah, probably. So we got a Mike Mussina.
Okay.
Remember him?
I still
Yeah,
like the
okay.
best card is Goose Gossage, so I love the Goose.
No, Todd Van Poppel, Bobby. Todd Van Poppel, legend. Infamous more than anything else, but yes, legend.
Well, so is Goose with his mustache and his crazy.
It is true.
picking
It
style.
is true.
He
It
was
is
cool.
true.
I liked him.
Yeah. There were certain guys that had personality and stood out because of that, so I give you that. He would be one of those guys.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's important if you're going to injure friends, at least do it properly. 15 stitches, that'll work.
Wow.
My grandma left me a couple of ticket stubs because I always look at them and ask about them as a kid. Let's see, 44
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
Notre Dame versus
Versus
Navy.
Navy,
Yep.
yeah.
And 46 Yankees and Indians doubleheader ticket, two of my most prized possessions. Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very, very
Very
cool.
nice. Bob Ozel says, I came across a video last month of a dude trying to get PSA 10s of an entire 1990 top set. 792 cards is not going well. People underestimate with those borders, you can chip the hell out of those things real quick. There's a lot of little condition issues with those. So it's not as straightforward as you'd think. Oh, it's the junk wax area. There's a billion of them. Yes, but most of them are off center, chipped. There's registration issues. There's a bunch of weird little quirks.
Not worth sending in. Da.
Hey, listen, if you got all the money in the world, you can, but I think you're still going to struggle a little bit to get them all in PSA 10s.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
A lot of plastic.
Yeah. So
You know
this
what
one,
that is? That's a lot of plastic.
700 and something cards. Yeah, that's a lot of plastic.
So I would say this is probably the best pack in terms of at least combination of notable names or timely names. So we got Pat Borders, 92 World Series MVP. So there you go for the Jays. But I also have two Hall of Famers. We got Tony Gwynn.
Of course.
Perfect.
That's a great one. And we got a Record Breakers of Dave Winfield.
Wow.
Also for 92 Jays, so also thematically appropriate for that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where Winfield became the oldest to hit for the cycle at age 39.
The oldest to hit a pigeon, seagull.
Hey man, works out. Who grades 1990 tops? That guy. 2 tickets from 58. My parents saw Drysdale pitch shut on the LA Coliseum in 58. Mom wrote her name and my dad's name in the tickets. They went to high school with him. Nice. Nice.
You wrote on it.
That's right.
Hmm.
So I
You
actually
got
saw
fireworks out here.
What was that?
I got fireworks out here.
You got
When you don't expect it, you're a little like, what? Okay.
Those not fireworks, buddy. You live in a bad neighborhood.
That's it.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
was about to
fireworks.
say it.
Yeah, I do. There's running shoes on the wires here, man. So.
Yeah, so yeah. Just keep your head down. Stay away from the windows.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
okay.
It'll be fine.
It's a little jumpy when you're not expected. That's all. Is it a gunshot or it's?
Now,
No,
for the
I'm
record,
joking.
for the
Not
draft
that
picks
bad.
cards, I feel like a lot of these draft pick cards are less prospective major leaguers and more like fans of the game.
Who's that?
It looks like you just took a pick. It's like this is a prospect. So this is a draft pick card.
Yeah.
Sean Estes. But it's like if I just took this picture like this, hey, hanging out at the ballpark at the game. It's like it's just some kid.
It was 92. Yeah,
And
whatever.
do you know who's in that set too? I remember I got one. It's Manny Ramirez. Exactly. The same.
Yes, that is true. It's not a. I don't think it's a rookie for him. It's like one of those draft pick cards. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
counts.
Exactly.
But he would be probably one of the more notable early career
You
cards
might,
for him.
you might get him.
I might. Although the last couple of packs have been a little iffy on the condition. Like the edges have been messed up on a couple of those cards.
Like poorly
so
cut
Mike's
or
mixed.
played with.
No, literally like bumped, like nicked on the side. Like I said, that's why I made the crack about the cup. It's like who hand packed this? Come on.
No, actually, they had when the cards were in this stack. and there was a metal bar that came out and pushed them. That's why those nicks are there. It's like they would punch out, because they would measure how many cards are going to go out, and that bar would hit it and knock them into the conveyor belt, and then the gum would go into the thing, and then there you go. So that's why that nick is there traditionally, is because of the setup on the OPG machine.
Nice.
Facts.
When it gets a Hobby Doc release a couple of days ago, the Canadian guy, his dad ran Sluggers. I think that's Jack of all trades or Jack of something. It's like, but that one's been out for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Yeah.
The one who bought Sluggers was Carlos
Jack
McKay,
of all trades.
who still operates. He's at the CSC shows. He does a lot of those. He's still around. But yeah, he started off buying the franchise off of that. I think he traded
Case of
it was
French.
a couple of it was Upper Deck
90.
French. Yeah.
Do they go to the expo in that doc or no?
Yeah. Towards
They
the tail
make
end,
it
he
there,
actually
right?
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually goes to the expo, and then he goes and sees Carlos with the K over there, because he's set up as Sluggers 55. He's out there doing his thing. So
Yeah, he was there again. He was there. He's still there.
oh no, he's been there for years. Like he's a mainstay.
yeah.
He's a mainstay there.
Yeah.
But that's what I say. Since he mentioned the documentary, it's like Carlos is still around. He's at the CSC shows too. like Bobby and I see him at the CSC shows, so he's
I
around.
haven't watched the documentary probably
What's
since
the
it
name of
came
it?
out.
What is the name of the documentary?
I think it's Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. Okay.
Yeah.
I can remember that.
I will say it becomes not about the cards very quickly. It becomes about his pursuit of his
Yeah,
dad.
it isn't about the cards whatsoever.
Now there is obviously the card angle to it, but they do talk about it around it. But it's like it becomes a little melodramatic story about it. It's like his dad basically abandoned their family and the whole thing, and
And he ran
and
a
I'm sitting
card
there like,
shop.
and sitting there like, and by the time to be
heartwarming
fair,
stuff.
it's heartwarming, yeah. But by the time that comes over, it's like,
I
I did you too, dude. I did you too, dude.
They,
Wasn't that heartwarming?
You're kind of annoying. I'd kind of
goes
did
on
you
the
too.
quest on picking up all the Reggie Lemlins one of one, and then finds his daddy, and they all high fives and get it graded, and they get a 10. And
Yeah. Well,
great story.
I don't
Yeah,
believe
There you
you.
go. That's right.
it's interesting though. Interesting
agree.
story. If you haven't
I'd agree
seen
with that. It's definitely worth. If you haven't checked it out, it's worth a scan through. I
I used to go to that store all the time, Sluggers, up and back.
There's
in,
There's
oh
a
my God.
Reggie 10 right there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, somebody's got to have one, right?
Who is it? That's nice. The PSA 10.
Reggie Lemlin, PSA 10, baby.
84.
I must have graded that for you, did I?
He begged and pleaded. He wanted the 11. But you got another special
83,
handshake to
yeah.
get the 11.
Nice.
I love it. The Molson practice jersey, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Really?
cool?
That's a great card.
There you go.
It is. It's Reggie Lemlin.
Absolutely.
He's no Hal Gill, but he tries. All right, so you got Jesse Barfield, former Blue Jay, but at this point a Yankee. Tony Fernandez, also former and to be Blue Jay again after this.
Yeah.
So,
Rip Tony Fernandez.
great.
and then Craig Biggio, looking off in the distance, going, "My Houston teams will never win anything. I guess it'll be the future guys."
Yeah. With the Blue Jays connection, right? Like you can connect the Blue Jays to everything here.
especially with that set being 92, Brad. But look, the reason I was interested in opening the box is not because there's anything particularly crazy that I'm going to pull in. Although we did get the correction about the Manny Ramirez. I actually didn't think it was the rookie, but I'll take you at your word.
That's not funny.
But which is the best nut?
Shut up, Brad.
Eric is a nut. Sure.
Don't be laughing at that. Don't encourage these people.
I like it. I think it's fantastic.
Again with these people, Yannick. Again with these people. Eric's an exclusionary
They
guy. What the hell,
started
man?
we were just answering and entertaining here. So, what is the best nut? I actually have one that wasn't written there. The
Babuzo
macadamia.
prefers D's.
These nuts.
Always a good one choice.
There's my Jesse Barfield autograph bat. What a nice guy he was.
Wow.
1986 Major League home run champion with 40.
Before
Yeah.
steroids.
I remember, who it was Roberto Alomar. We were in the box at a Jays game, and we were talking. One of my friends said something about, "Oh, look how Batista can throw from the outfield into home plate, and they all looked and they stopped and they were like, there's no, Roberto Alomar said this, him and Dwayne Ward said, nobody that they've ever played baseball with could throw like Jesse Barfield. Just pure natural. He could throw it from one end of the field to the other end of the field. No questions asked. Little stat for you.
There you go.
Well, I saw
this
Bo
one
Jackson do it. I know he could.
Oh, Bo had a cannon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got a totally Russo manager card.
Pony.
There you go.
He's still a manager, right?
No,
he was up until recently. I think he
the
finally
White
retired.
Sox was his last stand, like 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they caught him falling asleep in the dugout. it's like Tony, it's time to retire, bro. It's time. Let it go. Let it go. You're done. It's over. All right, we got Wade Boggs.
I know him.
Yep. John, Wade Boggs fan, I would appreciate that one. So there's a Wade Boggs card. And we got Mike Greenwell. There you go. There's a classic Boston Red Sox from that era, especially. Here's a little Blue Jay flavor, Manuel Lee.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's some top prospect. Get ready for these vaunted names. Top prospects, third baseman. Frank Bullock, Craig Becket, Tom Reddington, and Paul Russo.
Oof.
Man. Murderer's Row, guys. Let me tell you. Woo. College tuitions will be paid with that card. Let me tell you right now.
Oh, could you send
Let
it
me
to
tell
me?
You guys stacked up.
You're probably going to need it.
I'm going to say goodnight.
All right, guys.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you.
Good
Have
night,
yourself a
Mom.
Good night, Kathy.
All of you.
You too,
Have a
Captain.
Merry Christmas.
Tomorrow.
Merry Christmas. I like the photo you got there in the back, Brad Gretzky and the Gordy together.
Yeah, I got that. I bought that along. I think I bought that at the expo directly from Upper Deck, signed by both of them. That might have been 15. Geez, that was a long time ago. 15 years ago.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good photo. Yeah. I think it's kind of almost the first time they met. Like, he's like Pee Wee or even a little younger than that.
Yeah.
He talks about, I don't know if I forget always the podcaster guy. He's kind of out there, but he had Gretzky in the last month on his podcast. I think his name is Vaughn something, or I can't remember. And he was telling the story about when the first time he met Gordie Howe as a child, like as they were tied together for a long time, right? Like Gretzky got to meet him very young and basically like did his eulogy at his funeral, right? So anyway, it's pretty one thing I'd like maybe to show you'll like it. I picked this up 2-3 weeks ago in literally a little flea market ish.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So that's his rookie, basically. His first Sports Illustrated, it's 81.
Yeah.
And then there's the second one he did. That was his first ever cover. So that's the second cover.
Yeah, well, they're
very, very, too, very nice. And then the third one, it's the Sportsman of the Year. That's 84. 83. January of 83.
That's awesome.
I like that one the best.
So, those are a little. It was nice to sort through the box and finally you're hoping. You're like, wow, like Sports Illustrated, 81, 82, 83. Maybe. And I bought the whole case, then sort through everything, and they were there. Not that they're valuable. I did not know this.
They're great.
In the magazine, Sports Illustrated, you need the newsstand copy to be worth anything because less than 3% of what they printed was newsstand. Everything else was a membership, and at the peak, they had 3 million members every month. So technically, there has been a lot of those, but who saved them, right?
Somebody.
So anyway, that was a nice surprise.
I broke the cardinal rule, and I bought something in the 90s. Collectible. Yes.
Yeah, you did.
I done did. Now, this is from 92. and I bought a bunch of them. I bought 24 of them, to be honest. Now, they're not cards, of course, and I usually stay away from collectibles in the 90s. Card-wise, that's a different story, but I mean, these. So,
do those fall under the knickknacks category?
They do knickknacks and paddywhacks.
Oh, all right.
Give the dinosaur a bone.
Oh, nice.
So you got
Marcel Dinosaur Dion.
Gretzky, Lemieux. They have their
Mario.
numbers all on the side here. You can see it.
That's insane.
They're 4 different dinosaurs.
Lindros
Lindros,
and Hull.
and well, a bunch of others there. So I bought like 24 of them for $100 shipped. That's it. I won't show the rest. So it's been good. Actually, it's surprising how many people really like these. Like, these are hard plastic, and their heads turn, and they're really kind of cool. You know, NHL official license. They're really kind of neat. So I've sold 6, 7, I think, something like that. I'm already at $200. So, and I did a trade with another guy, and so it's working out pretty good. I still got like 17 left. So not a bad little, but these things are great. I thought they'd be great for Christmas.
What year did this come out, Bobby? Bob, I had it in my bedroom as a kid, but this is the Bob Gretzky wallpaper.
Oh, the wallpaper. Yeah, I've seen that before. A few rolls, sealed rolls.
Yeah, this one broke. It was sealed, but it's got a somehow it moved.
Oh, we can reseal that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it must have been around 1980.
I would say. Well, I think it was a little bit, maybe 81 or 82. I don't know if it's 80. Because he had so many licensing things going on. Like, you know, he had the 7-Up. That was one of his first. And Nielsen's, he had his hands in every Bic pen. Oh my gosh, he just kept going.
I think 80 would be too early because he hadn't accomplished anything yet.
Yeah, probably like 82.
82, 83.
I'd be 7 years old. I wouldn't have been 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was trying to remember because, like, I had
have that left over from when you were a kid.
No, but I had it in my room, and then I picked it up. I had
did.
that. I had the wallpaper. I had the bed sheets. I had the curtain.
Oh wow!
I always said at some point I was going to make redo the childhood room at some point. I don't know. It will never probably happen, but it was on my radar at some time.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's not so easy to find, but I have seen rolls of them. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Next couple of packs, I was able to find a couple of things, but I have to kind of explain this one. This is Anthony Young of the Mets. Now, the thing about Anthony Young is he was a prospect that they had at the time, but I remember him from This Week in Baseball because what happened is he was like a 15-game winner in the minor leagues, got to the major leagues, but the Mets were terrible, and he went consecutive years where he went 2-14 and 1-16 in consecutive seasons, and they actually let him pitch for full seasons. It's like at a certain point, it's like. And I think it was a losing streak. He was on This Week in Baseball for it. At a certain point, they felt bad for him. On the one hand, it was historic. It was like, yep, he just lost another game and another game and another game and another. Now, in fairness, the thing about pitching is that to a certain point, unless you're giving up 50 runs a game, the team also is bad around you at that point. Like 1-16, if they let you go out there and pitch enough, it's like, well, I can't complete. That year he was in 1-16. His ERA was 3.77. That's not horrific, which tells you how bad the Mets were.
Yes.
And they just kept sending him out there. Like, we kind of feel bad for you at this point. Yeah, here you go. Mookie Chilson, set record for most consecutive losses ever. Tough record. Yeah. And it was the thing is, like I said, he wasn't pitching awful, but he was losing game after game after game. That's what happens.
It's like the Leaf goalies. They lose, and it's not the goalie's fault.
Oh, did you see, Eric? I think it was something on Instagram. I don't know if it was Mike Palmateer in nets against Reed Larson shooting on him. And I thought I thought it was on yours. It was like he had 5 shots, Reed Larson on Mike Palmateer. It was, I don't want to say it was in a shootout, maybe an all-star game. No, you don't remember that?
No.
Okay, I thought you I thought you might have posted it. It's priceless to watch it. It's
Was
so good.
Reed Larson playing for the Bruins at that time?
No, Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Detroit. I don't even know what it was from, but I thought it was something that, my mistake.
There you go. Now we got the other side of the coin, David Cohn, who was an excellent pitcher for quite a long time there. But testament to what I said a second ago, David Cohn led the league in strikeouts in 1990 and 1991, and his records were 14-10 and 14-14. AKA the early 90s Mets were trash. David Cohn was actually a good pitcher, and he was struggling to win games with those guys.
Yeah.
He won games, but he lost almost as many games as he was winning.
Yeah.
He has a perfect game too, eh? Not just a no-hitter. He has a perfect game.
Yep. And Barry Bonds. We got Bonds.
Got the
Pre-Royce.
I know.
How's the centering? Left to right looks a little bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
I've seen worse. It's not terrible. It's a nice card. If we were in the middle of the boom and like it was a clean copy, then you send it in. Brad, 11. Put this down for 11.
$100 for a 9.
Fixes in. Here's Bob Boozle. So the guys are chatting amongst themselves, so included. Actually, let me read this one first. Did you all see the announcement that PSA's announcement? They're doing foiled numbered issues of PSA Collectors Magazine. Silver Gold Black, Desperation. They're grading 1 million cards a month. They do want people to have the PSA membership though, because obviously they make money on it. It's basically a value add, and they would like people to be interested in the magazine. So making a parallel versions of it is a way of creating like a collector base for the magazine. Really, what's going to help them, I think, in the long run is they need to make enough articles to make the magazine interesting. If you make the magazine interesting, and you can add stuff like that if you want to, you can make the look. People grade the magazines now, so the magazines Yannick has there. There's guys out there that are grading them, and if they get a really nice grade on them, the first Gretzky Sports Illustrated.
I fell a little bit of a rabbit hole when I picked those up. I was like, okay, let's learn about magazines. And first thing you learn, if it ain't a newsstand copy, ain't worth shit. So
you should see, Carlos. I will comment on that. The magazine, I didn't realize how nice it actually is, and the articles are really good. And the time that PSA puts into it. This isn't
so you're reading PSA magazine for the articles, is what you're saying.
No, it's awesome. It's a high quality magazine that they put out. Like it's really, really good. And
I heard there was an initiative to try to bump up the quality of the magazine. They were actually trying to make it like more of a real magazine instead of just kind of a throwaway.
And people love it. If you go right now, we worked hard to get with the marketing team to have a Connor Bedard for the Toronto Expo, which we did 500 for, and 500 covers with Connor Bedard on it of the magazine. And if you go on eBay now, I think they're selling. We gave out all 500. We gave out to people at no charge, and 100, 150, $200, $300. These magazines are all selling for. If you do a search, put in Connor Bedard PSA magazine.
Why didn't we get one?
No shit.
I had stacks of them.
Wow.
Shit.
Now,
fine.
Problem with you, Brad. You have no generosity. You don't do anything for anyone else except for yourself, and we're getting a little sick of it.
Do you want to know what you had to do, Eric?
No, I don't want to know.
You had to make a submission and grade a card, and you got a magazine.
Oh, screw that! I'm out.
Hey, I graded the Macho Man card. I said in the Macho Man card, I didn't get a magazine.
I might have a copy for you, Carlos.
Maybe you should. That's all I'm saying.
I graded.
I said
send them the cash.
Yeah,
that's right. It's like I got a Macho Man card that is currently in their stewardship as we speak. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one when it comes back.
I told people to grade.
Thank you. I appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
There you go.
This one, Carlos?
Yeah, one of those. You picked up that was from the same seller, or did you pick up a copy elsewhere?
Another honey hole.
There you go. Danny Martinez. There you go, Yannick. Danny Martinez.
There you go. El Presidente. El Perfecto.
A lot of these ones are. It's funny because they, like I said, they do go more into the Blue Jays and Expos, and like I remember a lot of these guys because again, that's why I say I was able to give that story about Anthony from This Week in Baseball. I just remember he had that big losing streak, and it was literally a storyline in the This Week in Baseball because it was so crazy. Cito Gaston.
Oh,
got it to Cito.
Cito.
Yep.
Well, that was the heyday of the Jays, right? So
That was the first of the 2 World Series. Wally Joyner now with the Royals. Gotta have the update on there written on the side. Yeah. So is that Macho Man? That is Macho Man and Ms. Elizabeth. That's from I believe it was the 86 set Stewart or 86
88 Stewart cake. There's a 16. So you have the Barber, number 1. And then you have the Rougeos, number 2. Strike Force, so Tito Santana, Ricky Martel. The Honky Tonk. Macho Man and
gotta have it with the tab, Brad. But look, for the record, I still got a big problem with the whole thing that all right with the tab. Now it's got to go in the oversized one, and that was going to cost me more money. What the hell?
Remove
Demolition.
the tab. Remove the tab.
Not removing the tab. Are you out of your damn mind?
Coco Beware.
my favorite.
One of Carlos' favorite, the $1 Million. Slick.
Yep.
Yeah.
The British Bulldogs.
They were my favorite.
Yeah, they were cool.
I love them.
Bobby, the Brain, Burrell.
Mm-hmm. From the Garage of Knowledge.
Jimmy, Mouth of the South. And George, the Animal.
Steel.
With his wolf shirt. And there's 2 more. This Jake the Snake, and Junkyard Dog.
Yep.
JYD.
Very nice.
And
Now,
all
out
with
of
the
curiosity, would that be one? So Yannick, would that be a situation because they are nice pictures? Would that be one of those things? Because obviously they're out there. I've got mine, and then Bobby had that set a little while ago that he picked up, and then you've got the stuff that you got going.
Brad, what's Brad?
Yeah, Brad's got the graded ones. Yeah, Brad's got the graded ones.
Yeah. They're all the tab, right, Brad?
No tab.
Yeah.
No tab.
Is that the kind of thing though that you would consider for an autograph? Because there's some nice photos on them.
No.
Most paper is so thin. I would even be worried of anything ink-wise that you put on this because it's like a coupon. You know when you go to the supermarket, you pull the coupon to save 75 cents or something?
Yeah.
It's the same paper.
Yeah. So did you get a numerical grade there, Brad?
Yep.
On each?
Yeah. Yeah. I went through like scads of them. And I think I got some 10.
You got some 10s without the tabs? Is there
some got them
graded line on there or what?
Yeah.
No way.
I got 8. I think maybe I don't have a 10. I got lots of 9. Oh yeah, I got 10.
Wow.
Demolition.
But my Hogan's, because I played with the Hogan's a 6 was the highest grade. I graded a whole bunch of them, but
so it doesn't fit with the tab. It doesn't fit in that case. You got to get the whole plywood sheet.
Yeah, and it costs a lot more, eh, Carlos?
Yeah, I'm aware.
How? Oh, really? How bad are we?
It's like about? What is it like 79 or something like that?
I think they go to the oversize because they go into the oversize holders.
Yeah. Holy!
Basically, like so what happens is because of that they go into like a standard Becket holder.
So it would almost be $1,000 to grade a set of
with that. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that now.
Hell no.
They don't have that much value.
No,
that's what they should. I'd say if you wanted to, just wait. Some point, oversized pricing will come down.
Do you guys remember those? Do you know about them?
They're off the LJN figures.
Yep.
I found a kind of like a whole stack of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, those are
cool.
Those are fun. Those are fun ones. The LJN figures were fun. The LJNs on card though, some of them look really good because obviously they're very colorful. And just the fact that they're not really action figures, they're the big rubber ones, but at the same time, because of that, they put nice paint jobs on them. So you're actually getting
shots that you don't really see anywhere. Kind of like, and it's almost like you're wondering, like it says WWF, but I'm not sure they were WWF era photos necessarily. Maybe like AWA or other Outback Jack.
There's a good chance they would have used magazine photos sometimes.
There's
It just depends on what they were looking at.
Cool Mean Gene there. Some I'm not even sure. Like Adrian Adonis.
Adonis. Oh yeah.
Ken Patera.
Yeah.
The Killer Bees. I guess that one didn't.
I love the Killer
Bees. That's funny.
So Yannick, you should have seen for the Killer Bees, you could get a box. So I think it's been a while since I've been down that rabbit hole, but I want to say either in Canada or there's you could get a tag team set. So you could get a set with both Killer Bees, and they would give you the tag team title belts. So you could have it, but it was a box. It was like a blue box, and you could have the full size. I'm not sure if you could get them individually, but you definitely could get like a tag team pack.
Okay, I'm getting in the good ones now. So like everyone's crush when you were 8 years old in 1980, you know. Mr. Fuji. Jake the Snake.
Yep.
Kamala. Ricky Martel. Kamala. Honky Tonk Man.
The Vice President.
Bam Bam Spandex Bigelow.
Oh, he was awesome.
Bam Bam, yeah.
The Beast from the East.
The Axel.
I think he's
Jim.
I think he's like 85.
Yeah, he was at a show just recently. A couple of years, 2 years ago.
Wrestling.
He signs pieces of wood 2x4 for you.
Oh, Hacksaw.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. Well, I think I got one of those somewhere.
The funny thing about Hacksaw is that Hacksaw had an interesting run in his career because obviously there was the territory eras, and then when WWE was getting big, so when WWE was still WWF, and Vince was buying up all those, he basically would go to all the territories and get their biggest stars. But then you go look at Junkyard Dog, Hacksaw, and all that, they would be like world champions in their territory, and he'd be like mid-carders in the WWF because it's Hogan on top. And then occasionally there'd be a couple of other guys who'd be allowed to be in the vicinity. Whoever Hogan was feuding with that month, but it became a running joke after a while. If you go watch the old like shows, it'd be like, I was like, oh, how do you set up a feud? Basically, Hogan is best friends with him, and then they betray him, and then there's a feud.
That's it. Yeah.
It was Paul Orndorff. It was like one after another after another.
Andre,
like, you betrayed me, brother. I thought we were friends, brother.
The Orndorff was pretty ripped.
I think the common denominator is Hogan. It's very clear to me that Hulk Hogan is just not a very good friend.
Maybe.
That was my takeaway. So like, I'm just like, it sounds to me like if everyone is betraying you, maybe the problem is you.
He just got baptized the other day. He's a born again Christian now. Everything's okay.
Jesus.
No way.
Well, if he invites enough Jesus into his life, he can be on a Chasing Cardboard episode. What? Too soon. What?
Hey.
Whoa. Brad, calm down. Don't say some scandalous things. That was definitely you.
Not the Gong Show.
I said nothing.
Boys, I'm going to everyone enjoy the rest of the night.
You got to show something there, Carlos.
I'm hitting the hay.
What's up?
You got to show something for Brad.
Oh, you want me to show the video? Yeah, hold on. I've got it here.
All right. Brad.
So before you take off, Brad. So here we go. We'll show this one here.
I feel like this is Eric.
No. You're going to enjoy the ending of this video. So Bobby sent one of those e-cards. You can send a couple of those. I think they're like jib jab, something like that, whatever those are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Bobby made one, and I think you'll appreciate the ending of this little one. It's about 10 seconds. So hold on here. All right, check it out. It's the holiday special video. Perfect. You see? At the end, Brad, I see you throwing that snowball at Eric. We know what's going on.
Unbelievable work. That is great film. I just got tongue tied. Filmography. I don't even know what the word is.
In a cartoon.
Yeah. So Brad, we appreciate you hopping on. Do reach out to me if they're gonna open. If you guys are gonna open a cup of the tin of the a case of the cup. I want to say tin, but it's case. A case of the cup. Let me know.
I'm telling you. Look, she's doing it.
It's right there. You just need to open it.
I demand follow up. You got my phone, Brad. You got my phone.
Case I've ever seen.
Yeah, I will make time.
All right, she's in. I'll let her. She'll be here. You know what? She's wrapping presents, but I know she's listening. I'll get her to put something in the chat.
Yeah, we don't have little kids here anymore, so it isn't like I have to focus on a 5-year-old on Christmas Day. I can do whatever I want. So
You're
All right,
the
it took almost. By the way, it took almost half the box. I finally got to one of the Gary Carter tribute cards.
Oh, there we go.
I was waiting for that because I knew there was the Gary Carter tributes, and I was waiting. I was like, okay, when are we getting to the Gary Carter tribute?
That's like 74 or 5 Carter type of thing.
Sorry, you're talking about number of cards?
Yeah, no. When like that photo, like him young, like when he started in the league, it's a tribute, but that's like a picture of him in like 74.
Yeah, that would have been early. That would have been the 70s for him.
Yeah,
that would have been early on for him.
Very early, yeah.
Awesome. All right, Merry Christmas, fellas.
Merry Christmas, Brad. Thank you,
Brad.
Brad. Appreciate you.
Have an awesome rest of your evening and enjoy tomorrow.
you
Will
too.
do.
See you guys.
It is
buddy.
Christmas for you actually right now.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
It is 12:03. There you go.
Nice.
Merry
Okay,
Christmas.
open the cup. Open the cup.
All right, Brad.
See you guys.
Have yourself a good night. We'll talk later.
It is Christmas on the East Coast. East Coast. Atlantic, sorry.
Yeah,
Then-
2 weeks.
the down East Coast.
Yeah.
There you go. But yes. So that's Brad Harlan, friend of the channel and from PSA Canada.
And
Maybe now
honestly,
we'll see a case of the cup. So now I'm excited. This could be interesting.
yeah.
Thank you, Global.
that-
Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you as well.
That popcorn?
No, it's peanut M&Ms.
Oh, I thought you were going to use the cup. Yeah. Lies.
It's all lies. Tom here says Slaughter broke reality for me as a kid. Was my favorite in WWF, and then trained the middle Ninja Jinx and GI Joes. What is reality wrestling has to be real? He's in GI Joes. Ah, yes.
M&M's.
Yes.
So what's let's say your favorite Christmas treat? Let's say like mom, wife, anyone will say, hey, like what's the Christmas treat you guys prefer?
Probably a Tennessee spruce.
Okay, you gotta elaborate.
It's like a blue spruce.
You gotta tell me more.
It's got short needles. And,
Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
But it's like
So,
a cookie or
No, he heard tree.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
heard tree.
I wanted to
It's
see
like
how long this was going to
treat.
go. I was watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Treat.
Frenchie can't speak English.
The
Oh, no,
only,
I
the
do.
only, the
I want to see where
only.
he's going with it.
So, Bobby, here's the thing. The only treats that I'm thinking of that are like Christmas associated is like
Shortbreads.
fruitcake. Yeah, it'd be something like that, and that's the only thing I think of. And I never really
Chocolates.
liked it.
You don't
I
ba-
guess
oh,
so,
I
yeah.
got
I guess. So.
yeah. There's
Which ones
baking
are
here
which
in
ones are
this
holiday
house.
only though? Are there certain specific ones that are like specifically holiday?
Oh, let's say more they're made like holiday. Maybe not like as per
Yeah.
se like they're a holiday treat, but
Oh,
like,
you know what? What about those? What about those tins with like the shortbread cookies? Those aren't half bad. They tend to be associated to the holidays a little bit more.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, anything particularly Christmas. Not that I know.
That's what I mean. Like I have trouble associating a specific treat to Christmas, other than taking something that exists and maybe putting like
Santa,
like you got a donut and you put a Santa on it, or you
Put
put a
some
little treat
green
on
and
it.
white and green and red sprinkles. and
Yeah,
make it
exactly.
Christmas.
You make a small tweak on an existing thing, and there
Do
you go.
they
Now it's
have
Christmassy.
do they make the Christmas version of chocolate stick, Eric? They
Ooh.
sprinkle on them or?
Back in 1 second.
They would never try to ruin such a perfect thing. It's already perfect. They're not going to mess with it.
Like peppermint stick kind of. Well, I guess the one thing is a candy cane, right? That is your true. I
Not a
actually
fan
seen
of
some
candy cane.
Starburst ones, and I said those would be interesting.
Charity buys. I go buy every year the bulk barn. You know, if you want to buy stuff in bulk quantity. So anyway, they have like peppermint candy cane hot chocolate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's a thing for Christmas, big time. Like I need to go there. I went a couple days ago and I got literally like almost everything they have in the bin there. I go with 2 bags, put them on the counter. And it kind of lasts throughout the year. She keeps it. It kind of saves it. So
I have trust issues with the bulk barn. So anyway,
it's like a Christmas in a mug, I guess. I don't know. I don't
get
it. I don't like it
that much.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate, any kind of hot chocolate's good, anyways.
Yeah.
I get Rolo hot chocolate. I have Turtles hot chocolate. If you know what Turtles, do you guys have Turtles down there? Yeah. Okay. Because they don't have all the same chocolate bars as we do here.
No, I know.
Bars. It's totally different.
No coffee crisps, no
ketchup
ketchup chips.
No crunchy, no. And our potato chips, we killed them for decades. They didn't even have salt and vinegar until 1990 something. I don't know. Probably one of the most popular.
Maybe we should start working on a mayonnaise kind of chip.
Ooh, there you go. So first I want to acknowledge CC here. Good evening and happy holidays to you. Thank you, Mike Petty. Appreciate you chiming in. I know he was having fun in the chat, but I wanted to make sure I acknowledge him. So thank you, Mike Petty. I thought he said tree too. Yep.
Treats.
Tin of sewing supplies. Yeah. Bobby went Tennessee spruce. Nice. Eggnog. Yeah. So yeah, like eggnog. I don't know if I would consider that a treat, but that's something that I would consider. So that's something I would associate with the holiday.
It's sweet enough to consider.
Yeah,
not
like
a treat. It is a treat.
Yeah,
it's a treat. Yeah,
it's a treat in a way. Yeah, like eggnog and rum, valid. Like that would be a seasonal drink.
That's a real treat.
Dark rum.
I would consider that's a valid seasonal drink.
Yeah.
So I think that's
spice rum, dark rum, clear rum,
spice rum.
Coconut rum.
No rum.
Yeah. No,
I'm
not spice rum, but I did end up getting another one of the root beer float stuff.
Oh, I figured
we brought it back.
That's a treat. There's your
it is a treat. That's right. Here we go. Eric does not speak for all south of y'all. There you go. Eric does not speak for the South.
Because he's not the mouth of the South. And who is that?
Jimmy.
Yes. I know. So, any which way. What else is going on? What have we been... What's happening?
Well, I'm trying to think. So the one thing I was trying to decide is next episode is going to be a little easier because all the year-end stuff is always like, oh, what do you want to do for the new year? Blah, blah, blah. So that's why I want to save it for that one. But I do have a question, and I kind of open it up to you guys and also the chat. Is there anything for the year-end that any of you would like to talk about? One of the things that I'm going to give you an advance notice, just so you can think about it. One of the questions that I intend to ask, and it's open-ended. There's a lot of good options. Favorite hobby story of the year. Because I'm going to go back through the archive and kind of look through all the different stuff that came up this year. Look, I'm just letting you know in advance, Sports Car Therapist is right up there with me. Although the chasing cardboard rock auto rig that was fun. I really had a good time with that one. I'm not going to lie. That was fun.
Entertainment-wise, that was pretty good.
Yeah. So those are two that are on the top of my mind thinking about this category. But there's plenty of other stuff.
I got short-term memory.
Yeah, if you think about it a little bit, that's why I say I'm giving everybody an opportunity to think about it a little bit, because I'll kind of compile some notes and jot down a couple that I can find as I go through the channel this year. But I'm sure there's a lot of them, and I'm sure there's a lot of them that we maybe haven't thought about in a while, that maybe were early in the year and we completely forgot about it. It's like, oh yeah, that happened this year too.
Yeah.
When was the PPP loan thing?
I got one.
That would have been at the end of last year.
Last year, okay.
Yeah, because we talked about it in the last holiday special.
There we go.
We did.
Better memory than I do.
Yeah, tough call.
Yeah, you got a week to think about it, but I just wanted to put it. But I wanted to put it. But I wanted to put it at the front of mind so that people can at least think about it, because that's definitely something that we'll be talking about. Was Golden burning 86 packs this year? I think it was last year. I can double check, but I'm pretty sure
that was with the 5 acre.
Yeah, that was last year too. What happened this year? Nothing.
We had a $600,000 charity fraud, and we had we had the multi-million-dollar watch Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, but we got to bring it back to hockey or sports cards.
Something, yeah. I stand with Rick. That's valid.
No, I have one. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to wait until we do it. But
hang on, I gotta find
a big one.
Okay, but that's what I say. I'd like everybody to take a little time and think about it.
Big.
Yeah. What's that?
It's big.
Big. I don't know. Is it Hal Gill being a SB Signature Legend pick?
That's my second one.
Oh.
Valid.
Hmm.
But that's the one piece though that when I do the year-end thing and I go through the videos on the channel when I did talk about different topics or whatever, part of the reason why it's kind of an interesting thing to do when I go through it is that sometimes it's hard for me to distinguish, especially if something happened towards the end of a year or early in the year. It's hard for me to remember which side of the line we fall under because sometimes it's close. Sometimes it can be a couple of weeks difference between December 25th and January 8th. But it's still so close together that in your head you're like, wait, was it last year or was it this year? So that's definitely one that I'll be thinking about. Another one that's kind of open-ended, but it's a good one for everybody is maybe your favorite hockey acquisition. Not hockey, sorry. Maybe your favorite hobby acquisition this past year. Because it could be whatever. It could be whatever. And by the way, it doesn't have to be most valuable. It doesn't have to be most expensive. It doesn't have to be rarest. It can be whatever you like.
No. No.
They are so cool. Come on. How could you
No.
not like that thing?
No.
He's scary. Don't like dinosaurs.
It's part of the Spooktacular. Rawr. Fits in, man. Fits right in.
Yeah.
But it'll be a bunch of end of year best ofs. The only thing I still have the week, but I'm like, it's going to be really tough for me to find more than a handful of clips. I'll see if I can. Like I said, I have a few for sure. But now I got to see if I can skim through some other stuff quickly and try to find some other stuff. Because sometimes I do lose track between one year and another. It's like
Scandal. Did we go through a phase this year that was almost one every week for about a month or something?
For scandalousness, yeah. There was a stretch there where there was like this scandal and that scandal. Yeah.
Like Carlos couldn't keep up on breaking news. We need to do another
video.
Well, look, I'll tell you one thing that was different as well. I didn't feel compelled to make a video on every single one of them because a lot of them just felt like a repetition of ones we already done. Like it's like even the Superfractor thing. Happy to do it on a podcast because we got to talk it through, show an example, and give a little context on it. No problem. Happy to do that conversation. Even the thing we invited Neil last week. Okay, this is comics, but it's still interesting because it's undermining confidence in a grading area, and that's still the same thing could happen in this category, and it would create similar type of issues. So, and he knows about that one. But it's a one-off show. It means he could come in and give us a little background on it, explain the differences and the similarities, and there you go. There's an episode. But just a random this breaker got this card or this happened this one, and a lot of it just felt like same. It was it wasn't like it was that much fundamentally different than a similar story that had already been done the prior year.
Yeah, I guess it was. We had the whatchamacallit too with the Rock Auto.
Yeah, and that was just funny. It was funny. The key is so if you need to understand the difference, what the Rock Auto thing and what the sports car therapist thing had in common is that it wasn't the thing itself that made it get to where it was. Right. It was how you dealt with it. In both cases, it was how you. It's like in one case, just vanished, disappearing and running away from everything. Another one was being defiant, posting videos, and then taking the videos down, and then doing this, and then trying to do that. That is the difference between, you sold an auto that probably wasn't good. We move on. We move on the next day. Versus dragging it out and making it more of a thing.
Yeah, the personal problems they had with everything. So too bad.
It's how they responded. It's how they responded to it that made it more. It made it more entertaining than if you hadn't. Yeah. So that gave it more. Look, those were the two highest viewed.
True. Yeah.
Milk got traction off of both of those. They were both good this year.
Oh yeah, they were fun.
Influencer card releases, the Bloods versus New Jersey Fanny Pack Ski Cake. There you go. Wait, I'm trying to think now. After that, I can probably double check. I'll find it in the video. Was the influencer cards from Topps this year? I feel like the Topps Big League was this year. I think that was this year, right?
Topps Big League this year, yeah.
Okay, well, there's one that was there's one that was different. That exactly of the year. That was this year. That was this year. I even opened a couple of boxes just to see if I could. Come on, let's go.
You were trying to maybe get the Bo Jackson. That's right. There it is.
So, yeah. So that was this year.
Radio made fun of them.
Of course. But at least that was this year. The point is that was this year. So that was one. A lot of it was just small stuff though. I got to be honest.
This isn't a scandal. This is just pure greatness.
True.
This is
In a way,
greatness.
Timmy,
We
two
were having
hats.
dinner with him before he was anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
I
We
think
kinda-
about, you know,
we actually made him.
That's right.
that's a fact. Like we can definitely take credit for that, or blame. But the point is that you know, Bobby, I think though, if we really think about it in this way, I think that the problem was, and maybe this is why we struggled this year to find as many definable stories comparatively to the last couple of years. We would have been able to get more of those scandalously scandalous scandals that would have provoked the hobby if we had been something else.
Well, guess what? Because you're poor.
I knew it. That was the problem.
Being poor is definitely a problem.
We could not afford the proper scandals. This is very sad.
Yep. Broke ass scandals.
Like the economy. Unfortunately, we fell in hard times and couldn't get the premium scandals.
Yeah.
With settle for secondhand scandals.
Well, next year's another year, so we'll look forward to big scandals.
There'll be
Hope
more
springs eternal. Hope springs eternal.
But everything's sort of in limbo, you know, until Fanatics takes over everything, and Jeff Wilson gets his business on fire.
I'm trying to find.
Well,
I can't find anything.
Well, here's the thing. We're gonna get look, just to think about it. To your point, some point next year, we're gonna get what the result of the various lawsuits is.
Yeah.
How that falls the licenses. We're gonna get some resolution of that, some kind. Yeah. Cards HQ will launch. And Lord knows what that's going to look like when it happens. And if they do the live selling and it's like, all right, game on, let's go.
I'm watching. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So
And
I'm like, honestly,
taking.
I'm looking forward. The first quarter of the year, I see potential. I see early potential.
It'll be a quiet time of the year, so won't miss the fun stuff.
Jeff Wilson spent like $40K on Desmond Ritter cards. That is true. That is true.
I don't even know who Desmond Ritter is.
It's okay. That's about where most of the hobby sits on him right now.
I thought you said Desert Storm.
At this point, Desert Storm is more relevant than the Desmond Ritter currently.
It truly is.
That's the one I was.
The
looking
Evan
for.
Mathis trimming video. I think that was this year.
Yeah,
I think that is
it
true.
was.
I think the Evan Mathis one. Now, in fairness, that did bring about an old conversation about the alteration trimming thing, and that's where I took my 2019 video and replayed it. But the Evan Mathis one this year was the thing that precipitated it. So I think that's true.
Yeah, it's hard to get the super dramatic ones.
But like I said, my suspicion is because we're poor.
I am.
Yeah,
as long as we're entertained weekly, we're fine.
I think we'll manage. We managed thus far. So Cards HQ live sale trails will be priceless. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm potentially excited about.
Yes.
But I can guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee you that no matter what happens in 2024, there will be more charging of Eric for the like button.
I just said I'm poor.
Inflation. It's inflation.
Yeah, we talked about it. We have to raise the rent, Eric.
This is bullshit.
Steaks have went up. Mayonnaise has went up. We gotta charge.
Mayonnaise is just off the charts.
Yeah.
Cost of living's increased, my man. I don't know what to tell you.
No.
Gas is going up. We can't even afford snow.
Yeah. Next year end, you can talk about Geoff, store shutting down, and mysteriously catching on fire. What if it catches on fire? Yeah, but what if it catches on fire and Ken Golden is involved? And accidentally he lights himself on fire.
Self-combustion.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes together. Oh my God.
Wouldn't that be something?
Just saying, the dream lives.
That video would be fire.
You ready for your close-up, Mr. DeVille?
Yeah.
Carlos Sr. had to make his contractual appearance.
Yeah, I
Once
don't get
a
paid.
year. Once
Hello,
a year.
Mr. Senior.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Feliz Navidad, señor.
Hope you have fun. A lot of drinks.
Yes.
Yes.
Not yes.
Important.
Eggnog only.
Nothing else cover that. You got beer, you got the whiskey, rum.
That's
You're
it.
okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Now the best part is just so you know, he can't hear you. He's still able to work it out. Like
I
nonetheless.
can read the lips.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. Do you want the headphones? So you
No,
can
that's
hear
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
He's
So
a good lip reader.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Carlos Senior makes his presence. We got these people hanging out and chatting a little bit. It's been good. It's been good this evening. You're getting excited. You're all set for your opening your one present Black Sox.
The year had to be a different socks, man.
That's probably it. That's all
Yeah.
you're getting.
Compression socks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this one, this one was in charge of it. Unfortunately, he's poor. He keeps telling us, he keeps pleading poverty. So this one, Eric, over here in the corner, keeps telling us he's poor. This guy, and then that's why we couldn't afford the good socks.
That's the only thing I have in my possession. 2 Kleenex.
He gets 2. I can't even
That is
afford
going
one.
to be Carlos' inheritance.
I think 2 Kleenex is better than 1 paper towel. So
2 plies or 3 plies?
Yep.
But
Oh,
you know,
you know
at
he's
least
got
in the
the
spirit of the
312.
season, maybe what we should do is we should get together a collection and we could get this man a gigantic jar of mayonnaise because you know what he loves.
Oh,
He
yeah.
loves
Mayo.
mayonnaise.
Oh,
Mayo and everything.
Amazing.
For
yes,
the hair, mayo.
Whew,
Make your hair go
Man,
like
See,
me.
he knows.
You see,
He
he's
knows.
happy. He say, more mayo, please, more mayo.
no,
Yes, he
no
does.
mas, no mas.
that's right. There you go.
Oh, man.
There's my young brother. He talks about whiskey and rum. Yeah, and I see no whiskey and no rum and coke here. It's a fair point. It's a valid point. Tom here says, "Happy holidays, Mr. Colonel Cedar." There
Yeah.
you go. They acknowledge you.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too, sir.
Thank you for popping in.
Yeah.
So there is your annual Carlos Senior cameo.
There you go.
Free of
You
charge.
can send him the check now, Carlos.
Oh, I will. It's coming all from Eric's like button money. Let's go.
Oh, yes, love it. Love it.
Oh, that's so generous of you, Eric.
I get all emotional about it sometimes.
It does. It's the spirit of the season flowing through him.
Yeah. Like I said,
So he can't keep his joy inside right now.
And for the record, root beer float, still approved. Still good.
Pretty good.
I like it.
it might
I
be
like
a mainstay.
I'm like, well, I think it's. I'll be honest. I think it's limited edition. I think that's seasonal.
Oh,
I
really?
think they're limiting. Yeah, because I already see that the case is already started to shrink. There was only when I was over at the LCBO today, there were 4 left, and in the spirit of the season, I left somebody with 1. I took 3 out of the 4,
Very
and I left them
smart.
with 1. I go, here you go, you can have 1.
Carlos thought of the children. He said,
I thought of the children, and I said,
He
you
did.
may have 1.
Yes.
I'm taking the other 3, but you may
Let
have
them
1.
eat.
They're
cake.
the future,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Uh.
Christmas Eve, got to go eggnog with your rum. Knows Eric too well. Poor Carlosino. It's true. It's great sadness. Somebody brought up all their eggnog. Quite literally, 2 cases of Old Tom's flew off the shelf. My younger brother works at LCBO, so he can speak to this from a inventory control perspective.
Yes.
Yes. And it was actually kind of funny though. We were there really at the tail end just to kind of go give my brother a lift over to come back to the house. But we went over there like about half an hour before close. I walked in to go grab everything. It wasn't bad. Like it was fine. But here's the funny thing. So about 30 minutes to close, I know where everything is. I go walk over, boom, 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 grab my stuff. I'm third in line, boom, get my stuff, check out, and we go wait a little bit for the store to close. Everybody and their brother showed up at like 5:55. Couldn't get out of the car fast enough. The thing closed at 6. They're like at 5:55 and 45 seconds, and they're like opening the car, trying to go to 6 on the dot.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Nope.
No chance.
Sorry. It's like, guys, you had all day. You
Yes.
had until 6 p.m. and you had the entire week. The calendar
Christmas
hasn't
goes
changed. The
Never
calendar
yet
hasn't
same
changed.
time.
Technically,
And-
you had a year.
It's true, but like Eric, even if you're like a last minute person, whatever. 6 p.m. on the Sunday, which is to say you had the whole week. And Christmas is on the Monday, so you had the opportunity right through the whole week into Saturday, into Sunday.
6
You can buy
p.m.
at
on a
Walmart
Sunday
too
on
now.
Christmas Eve. That's even generous. It should have been around 4 p.m. Sunday, like Christmas Eve.
You
Everything.
can go to Walmart and get booze if you want. So
You can. I
Not
just
the
don't
select
know.
states.
I don't know what the hours are for them during
There's no
during the day
hours.
before holiday.
there's no hours. Oh, you mean the store or purchasing?
Well, Walmart closes. Walmart itself.
Walmart closes on Christmas Eve, buddy.
Yeah, it definitely closes.
Yeah,
I don't know what the
of
hours
course.
are though. I have no idea, but
I would have to say 9 o'clock.
could be.
No,
No,
less than that.
I have to look.
maybe Quebec.
I get.
Who the hell
right.
needs whatever at Walmart at 9 p.m. on Sunday night
Well,
Christmas
if you
Eve? I'm
miss
Damn
sorry,
it,
man.
Yannick, the
Closing
same,
at
Yannick, the
six.
same,
You can't live
Yannick,
without it. Just
Yannick,
fucking don't.
the same
buy it.
people, Yannick, the same people that needed a bag of Doritos at 3 a.m. when I worked the overnight shift at Shoppers Drug Mart. Damn it, they need a bag of Doritos at 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve, Yannick. Don't lie
But
to
you know
me.
what? next year on Christmas Eve at 3 a.m., I'll be able to buy cards live.
Yes, true enough.
And I'll be able to get all the all gills that you can
All
stack.
the hell gills.
The never-ending Hall Gills.
Like, let's go to Burbanks and let's go and find out how many all gills they have.
Probably 6. All one of ones.
He played for Montreal too. I think he ended up there.
What was that?
I think he played for Montreal as well. Huh? I remember
Oh, Hal Gill?
correctly.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. It's part of
Yeah,
his highlights.
yeah.
I think that was part of him as well.
Yeah, and the good
He
years
used to
that
Leafs
didn't
too,
know
right?
Is it? He did?
I think he played for a number of different teams, yeah.
I think he may have had a sandwich in Toronto. I'm not sure. What is his history? Where is he from? Where does he live?
He's from.
Where was he born?
Where
was
Boston?
Massachusetts.
He's born in Boston?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Was he for real?
Yeah. He's a Massachusetts.
Okay. That explains a lot.
That explains a lot. Fuck you.
And he played in Montreal too. Wow. Going to Boston to Montreal, that's like sacrilege.
He's 48.
Everybody played in Montreal in the 2000s, man.
So,
We
I,
didn't
so I've
know
got
what
the
else
answer
to do.
here. So, Bobby, I've got the answer here.
Mhm.
Boston to start off with. Then at 2006, 2007, Toronto for 82 games.
I thought so.
Yeah, in 07, 08, he played for Toronto 63 more games, and then Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh to Montreal, Montreal to Nashville, and then Philadelphia to close things off in his last season.
Super fucking star.
Wow.
Hmm.
Quite a career.
And he made the Boston all-time fucking great. Or
Because he's an SP signature legend.
Does that mean that there's not that many greats that he made the great?
It's the
List?
Boston Bruins. If I played them on NHL 98, I am on the Boston Bruins top 100 team.
Pretty much.
I agree.
Losing. Yeah.
These are facts.
Fuck.
It's just the reality. I don't know what else to tell you guys. So I want to read the comment here. I'm not saying the person who closed the door promptly at 6 p.m. on the dot enjoyed it, but he did. I might know a guy who was closing the door at exactly
Who
the
had
time
the
it was
button?
closing.
Carlos'
sit there at
brother
the
said,
door.
Carlos, you close the door. And he went 6:59, 5:59.
I used to enjoy doing that when I worked retail. Now it is his job to do. But because I sit there, the people look at you, they're like, "But just let me." It's like,
Oh, you're one of those clock guys. Oh God. Then they almost want to break the glass.
they're welcome to break the glass, but it's not going to change. It's not going to change anything.
You're still not getting your
literally,
Doritos. Yeah.
yeah.
Too bad.
You had
How
your
do you
chance.
guys feel? Let's say, do you order the drive-through, the restaurant closed, let's say 9 p.m. Are you the guys who order at 10:02 and worried about what's in your meal, or you don't, or you do? Who cares? Or
No, I never ever try to grab something as they're closing because the cooks get pissed.
oh yeah, man, like your stuff is clean usually. Close up, right?
It's all in a warming drawer, anyways. It doesn't matter.
So you don't?
I don't even know. I rarely buy out.
No, I
anyways.
wouldn't either.
Certain places. I'll go to private places, but I won't go.
There's a time and a place to tempt fate. That isn't one of those ones that I would play.
And the thing you have to worry about is if it, don't be the first customer in the morning because you're going to get warmed up yesterday's stuff.
Yeah, right.
It's the truth. You think they're throwing it out? Hell no.
No.
No. Just yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gas station presence.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Scratch and wins are always a good one.
Serious question.
Minute,
Serious question to wind this down. Because for the holiday one, I always start off before Christmas, and plus I got all this background noise going on right now. Yeah, but last question. What's the latest that any of you bought a last minute Christmas gift? What's the actual closest you ran to get to a legitimate Christmas gift you bought for anyone? I don't care. Friend, family, whatever works for you. What is the latest that you actually legitimately bought a Christmas gift for somebody?
Usually, I'm the guy who shops, I would say, to the very last minute. But this year, in a long time, I have been ready for almost, I would say, about a week right now. Like 100% my shopping's been done. The last part I got to do is after we're done here, all of this is full of present. I got to wrap them.
Oh,
Somehow I'm the one ended up with that job. But
mine was Christmas Day going to a gas station looking for a box of chocolates. That's it.
I've been last in line on Christmas Eve as the store closed, and then locking the door behind me as I walked out.
what
And then they
did
have
you
40
buy?
people.
What did you manage to find at the last minute at a store when they're closing the door behind you?
Peter Chris action figure.
Oh, I give me 5 minutes. I can go get one. I have one around somewhere.
The side story, though, is that he was buying it. He was actually there 2 weeks before and passed out as soon as he saw it. It was like a 2-week bender. It will be the subject of a documentary in 2024. Let us never speak of it again.
Ever?
Until the documentary comes out. And then we'll milk it for all it's worth.
Okay. That'll work.
Yeah. I'm saying, but the point, though, is that he was there last minute because that's when they're finally around. They're like, that's enough is enough. You've been here for 2 weeks, sir. Please leave. That's it. Just go. We're about to have a holidays. Can you just go away? I don't remember when I got here. It's been weeks. Sir. Please go now.
I think it was a Best Buy. If I remember right, I think it was at a Best Buy, and I was the last customer.
That's it. That's all I have.
Yeah. I think Eric should have gone to the Best Buy and bought one of those electronic picture frames, and it's just Hal Gill. It's different Hal Gill action shots over
It
time.
keeps coming. It keeps
Yeah,
scrolling.
it's just a slideshow. That
Those
could
are
work.
good gifts. Those are interesting, and they play
They can
music
be.
too.
They can be.
Put the Star Spangled Banner on there or something. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So Tom here says, "Oh, but you didn't order before they close." Sorry, Eric, but the last guy before store closed, the same guy who orders at 9:50 p.m.
No, because you can't mess with the stuff I'm buying at Best Buy. I'm not going to mess with a cook who's going to mess with my food.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
He's messing with it the hour before you get there. Don't worry.
Maybe, but
Oh, here's something I'll tell you. What just recently happened to me. So I went to Burger's Priest, and for my sister, I took her there at lunchtime. The four of us went. Me and my wife and my sister and brother, my brother-in-law. So the service was bad. We came in, the tables were dirty, the garbage was full, and they had this young girl behind the cash. It looked like there was only two people there. This was about 11:30 maybe. And anyways, the burgers took forever. Their buns were cold. Mine, I had to wait an extra 5 minutes. At least mine was hot and fresh, so I was happy. So actually, I wrote a letter to the head office stating that wasn't too happy with the service and just to let you know and what have you. I wasn't expecting anything back. So they did, get back to me and they said, fine, we'll send you off to the manager and he'll get back to you, via, email. That's fine. He gets back to me and he goes, sorry for your inconvenience, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you want to show this email, you go in, we'd like to cover your next meal. I went, you want me to show you a complaint return email to the people that are working there?
Nope.
And get a free meal? You know how much spit would be on my burger?
Not happening.
It was just I wrote him back and I said, that's the worst way I've ever heard of handling anything. He hasn't actually gotten back to me. I still might get the burger, but anyways, it was just so bad. That this manager, actually, I think it's the owner of the store. I'm not sure because they are, franchised. I was just so surprised that he would send me that back. Like, I'd be embarrassed to get a free burger at this place by showing them the complaint because the complaint's right there. They're going to have to read it. Oh, we got a special burger for you, brother. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we got one just for you.
And I told him, it was so immature what you're not a businessman. Oh, the things I wrote. It was like an article. Oh, it was beautiful. but no response back.
And then the second half of the article is, and that's why the 63 Parker set came out this way.
That's
Damn it.
right.
No.
I knew it.
That was for the app. And then you're going to see on the app, the bottom half of the 63 Parker's article is the remainder of your complaint to the Burger
Yep.
Priest.
Exactly.
You go in, it's like
Overread.
Bobby, it's like I was looking up the 63 Parker's thing, and towards the tail end, it seemed to be a rant about some burger issue. Like, what happened down there?
Well, you know, it's the final swan song, so got to throw it in. But anyways, that was my experience of late, and it just goes to show you that, you know, you can pay, and it was expensive. The four of us, it was $78, you know, for a burger, and we split poutine, both, you know, between the two of us, so 4 burgers and poutine. So that's it. It's like a lot of money. So they actually gave me one free meal, whatever a meal is. Like a burger and fries is not really even a meal, but any which way we'll call it that. So I said, you shouldn't be focusing on me, because I did tell you that mine was fine. It's the 3 other people who've never been to Burger Priest that you should have been concerned with. I should post the note and letter. I should really complain online again. But, you know, you're just fighting a losing game. Everybody hires people just to cover minimum wage. People don't understand that you need to, you know, find the right people that work good at your store and pay them more than minimum wage to keep them, because the turnaround is like, I can work here for minimum wage, I can work here for minimum wage, or here, or here, or here. You got 10 choices, you know, and who has the experience? Obviously, the girl cooking in the back there, she didn't know what she was doing. I felt sorry for her to a degree until I tasted, well, my burger was fine, but the other ones were just, the buns were cold. It was just not the regular thing, you know, for
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. But that's
Right.
why, and you don't want to go to places like that. And, you know, Burger's Priest is a really good place. I went to the original one back in the 90s. Been going there ever since. Not, you know, I go once every probably 3 months out of convenience. But you just don't want to go back to some of these restaurants. Like, why anybody goes to McDonald's and get a cold burger that's pulled out of a drawer and thrown in the, you know, they want it fast, and people want it fast, and they don't care about the heat or quality of it. It's like, well, there you go.
I haven't eaten
then
at Burger King in years. I mean, McDonald's in years.
No, I don't like McDonald's. I like the filet fish. That's it. Other than that, oh, sorry, I do like the hotcakes and sausage. Other than that, no. But I don't go out for dinner very often. I don't trust a lot of them, because we have mostly kids working there who, you know, can't even make their bed. How are they going to work at the store? You know, honestly.
And those are sage words from the garage of knowledge from Bobby Burrell.
They can't even make their bed. I love that.
So let me grab a couple of these comments here. Happy holidays. Have a wonderful Christmas tomorrow, everyone. Thank you, Tom. Hockey Barn here. Merry Christmas, Carlos, Yannick, Bobby, and yes, even Eric. Have a wonderful, safe, and joyful day. Thank you, Hockey Barn.
Thank you.
Right here, Merry Xmas Boys. You get that Batwing burger from the movie Waiting.
Oh.
Bobby, we make you special wonton soup. That's probably what happened. That's
Oh,
right.
no. PP in your Coke. No, thanks.
Yeah. Bob Jackson, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you, Bob. Hola, Paul.
Hola, fellas.
They gonna leave to go beat up Eric? We all do.
Maybe. Yeah, you can see him pummeling in the back. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That scared the hell out of me. All of a sudden, he walks in behind me. Oh, Jesus.
One of these days, Eric. One of these days. Pow.
I can be there in about 6 hours. If I leave now.
You have been in that room, Yannick, have you not?
I have been in that room.
See?
He has.
It's not a fake room. It's all there for.
Don't tell Eric you were there.
The room is.
All right, boys. So we're gonna wind her down here. So it's in fitting with the timing that I usually go with the holiday one. So this is perfect spot to do it. I want to make sure we got through those comments. First, thanks to everybody that was in the chat commenting. Appreciate you as always. Thanks for Brad for popping in and joining us. And yeah, if anything comes of the of that cup case and everything, I'll let y'all know. And if anything comes up in one of the YouTube channels, we'll see if we can do so. If we can manage something, we'll try. Because look, I enjoy living vicariously through those cup cases as much as anybody else.
That live.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. So we'll definitely see if we can. We'll definitely see if we can make that happen.
Wasn't it the same thing like Luke opened up 6 months, 7 months ago? Like
yeah, except it's the new. Except it's the following year's one.
Yeah,
because
so
they're behind on their.
Oh yeah,
yeah. This is gonna be the Cole Caulfield year, and we moved on from the 2020-2021. So now we're a year
so
further.
Everyone's going for Cole Caulfield right now. Okay.
That'll be the one for this one. Yeah, that's this one.
No one cares outside of Montreal, really. But
Thank you, Zach. Merry Christmas. Casually caress that like button like Eric does his Reggie lemon.
What I do with my Reggie lemonins is none no one's business.
And on that horrifically shocking bombshell, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you who celebrate. Next week will be the New Year's Eve episode. There will be no Friday episode. I will remind you again in the video that happens during the week. There'll be no Friday episode. There will be a New Year's Eve episode. I'll be back in the regular HQ, and we'll ring in the New Year. So those of you that want to hang out, you're more than welcome. Everybody else, have yourself a good one. If you don't catch you in the New Year, happy 2024. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate this time of year.
Joyeux Noël.
For Yannick, Bobby Brow from the Garage of Knowledge, and yes, even Eric. Have yourselves a good one, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Merry Christmas,
everyone.